man. They haven't glazed me yet.
We're technically streaming now. I'm gonna throw something in the Discord.
He said they haven't glazed me yet, man. Where they at? You ain't had to say sorry for the delay, Raven, man. Don't be sorry for shit, man. Ain't shit to be sorry about.
What else is in it?
Ain't got shit to be sorry, man.
Turned off. It shouldn't be double counting our audio. I think we have open the browser. Honestly, I don't need it.
I'm surprised Hustler even said. Hustler was like, man, they haven't invited me, man. I want to be on there to talk shit. Like, man, Hustler, man, you probably one of the last people I would expect for you to want to be a part of the pod.
We get both him and Ron on the episode at the same time.
Yeah, Ron wouldn't go for that, man. Ron, you would have to surprise Ron into something like that, man. You couldn't just schedule something like that. Yeah, man. I don't think Hustler even be like in the chat. Like, well, he was one time. I remember he was one time in the chat. Forgot what the topic was, but he was talking shit about Ron.
Okay, cool. Thanks for confirming that, Spaz. Appreciate it. We got 6 viewers, man. People are here.
Yeah, man, because we haven't done one in a second, so you know.
Yeah. All right, should we go ahead and get started?
Shit, I'm ready, man.
All right.
Hey, hold on, Raven.
Hold on, Raven. Hold up.
No, hold the phone, man. Ah!
Yeah, this guy. This guy.
You think he's stone cold, man? He get fucking glass shatter. He pull up out of nowhere, man.
Hey, man, I'm finna be like CM Punk, man. 2015, I'm finna drop a pipe bomb, man.
Man, hey Raven, man, you able to like pause the stream? Just pause it. You don't gotta cut it, but
I could.
Damn.
Let me see if I could just mute the audio in OBS.
Damn, there's no way to pause.
On Twitch?
Yeah, it's
I can
Twitch,
pause it,
but we're live in OBS.
But he's on OBS. It's not like on Xbox. You could pause stream. I know you could do that on Xbox, but you're on OBS. It's a little different.
All right, I'm here, folks. Was that the Bald Reaper?
That's crazy.
Why he got to be all that, man?
That's crazy.
Rearrange it. These slides a little bit. So
okay.
Discussion early. All right. So I don't care if the people hear this because we'll be talking about it anyway. But the way we're gonna go through the pod, CJ and Ro. We are live right now, but we're gonna do our intros. We're gonna give our congratulations to the latest Super Bowl champ. Then we're gonna play my clip from the NFC Championship, and then we're gonna get right into our discussion. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Here we go.
Run it back. Cue the intro, Raven. Run that shit back.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not fucking with them dogs. That's what they do. They outside. Let them bark. Shit. sorry, y'all.
Welcome to the RoShow League Podcast Network.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 23 of the RoShow Football Network podcast. I'm your host, Dark Raven 2019, six-time Super Bowl champ, the current Detroit Lions user, and I'm here with my two main hosts.
Your boy, True Boy Twan, your 10-time champion, your New York Giants.
Your New York Giants. Okay, thank you. Okay, New York Giants user. And this your boy L Willie 215, the most hated, most debated. You know what I'm saying? You know, from your boy from Philly. We got the Dolphins over here, you know, and we got another great episode about to throw at y'all.
Yep, and we're also here with two guest appearances today. We have our main commissioner, Ro. Ro, you want to say hi to the people?
What up, folks? How's it going out there? Let's get it.
Ro's the current Steelers user. He's the main commissioner and co-founder of the RoShow Football League. We're also here with the current Houston Texans user who just finished his first full season in the RoShow League. CJ, you want to say hello to the people?
Yo, what's up, y'all, man? New Texans user. Shoot, it's kind of crazy that I'm the Texans because I'm in Houston right now. Love the city, man. So I'm glad to have this team.
Yeah, and thanks for joining the episode today, guys. Definitely appreciate it. We're going to have a nice discussion between you two. Maybe nice isn't the best word to use, but it'll be an interesting discussion. But before we get into all of that, weird. There we go. I don't know what's being weird. I want to give a big shout out to Mike, aka Sniper McKell. He's the current Baltimore Ravens user. He just won the Super Bowl this last season. He beat me. Maybe beating is an understatement. He gave me the belt. Can't even lie to it, but kudos to him. He is the first user in the RoShow League to hit 11 Super Bowl champs for Super Bowl rings. And yeah, I mean, he's been pretty dominant this man. And he once again showed this last season like why he has a
Beat you,
championship DNA,
Raven.
why he's the best user.
Shit, he the best user when he play you, man. And at least when it counts. Yeah, man. Might be rubbing his hands together when he see Raven, man, in a playoff game.
I don't know about
Ah,
that.
that
Yeah,
was
but how do you
lame.
manage rolling up to the Super Bowl and saying that you just weren't locked in?
I mean, it happens sometimes, man. Like I wasn't locked in. Like I mean,
Oh, it
first of all,
don't
let
happen.
me give my props to Mike. He played better than me for sure. He was a better user that day, but I mean, I wasn't locked in. You know, I had a lot of real life stuff going on. A lot of big changes at work and stuff like that. And I mean, like you could go like if I was like compared that stream to like the rest of the playoffs, like rest of the playoffs, you could tell like I had high energy, super locked in, and that whole Super Bowl from the beginning, like I was just quiet, like no
I mean,
energy
we
from
couldn't
my
even
side
walk.
whatsoever.
First off, we couldn't even watch the Super Bowl, man. What you mean? We couldn't see shit.
I know
Oh,
that's another thing too.
yeah.
That's totally fair, and Bro knows about this. I told the other commissioners. When I moved, I just moved into a new apartment. I did talk to the people that I had my wife back through, and I found out like the past like 2 months, like they were kind of scamming me a little bit. So I got some things fixed there, and like I said, next time like something like that's happening, like just call me on my main phone. I'm not really checking Discord like that. Just like actually call my cell, and I'll pause it and I'll get stuff fixed. I mean, I know it went out at one point and I had to fix it. I knew it was better after that. So. But I mean, stuff happens. It wasn't intentional. It's just unlucky it happened during the big game.
Nobody said it was. I'm just saying, man. Once you hit that bowl, man, you got to be locked in, man. You got to just for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Just say, fuck this. Let me play some music. I'm locked in. That's a crazy excuse. That's a crazy excuse. This is a crazy excuse. Is all, man.
And then you absolutely didn't even have to play it if you felt that bad about playing. You got to ask them to reschedule. You didn't have to play it at that moment.
Yeah, you
If
knew
you-
all season was a whole nother week, so you had 7+
Yeah,
days stuff like the reschedule.
yeah, I agree. I
No,
agree.
man, I'm not one of those people. Like, I tried to. If I schedule a time, I'm gonna try to make the time. I mean, it's not like
I hear
it's not
that.
like I couldn't not play at that time. I mean, I honestly wasn't locked in. The chat's cracking me up. Not gonna lie. But oh yeah.
So basically,
Also,
you saying Mike's not that good. It's just that you just wasn't sharp that day.
that's not what I said at all.
Oh
Not word for
shit!
word. That's not what I
I'm
said at all.
asking.
Mike
I'm
It's a
Oh
asking.
question. It's a
shit!
yes. You know,
Mike
it's a
Mike is
question.
the greatest user in this man league and throughout the history at the moment.
Whoa.
According to how many championships he has, and how many times he's been to the big game. That's just the way it currently stands. So like, I mean, like I lost to the best user. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not better than him. I could compete with him. I just that day I did not compete with him. So it is what it is. So.
Hearing that trio, how does that make you feel? If you don't mind me, how does that make you feel?
You know, I mean, we know he shouldn't have been in the dance in the first place. But
Mm,
some things happen. He ended up being there,
How
and I
you how how
mean,
you
I
how you end up
was,
getting there?
I was bitter that he made it, and I was talking shit about how Mike better beat his ass and whatnot. Like I wanted Mike to win, but I wanted it to be a competitive game because I was just bitter. I wanted it to be competitive. So the fact that he no showed the Super Bowl,
Mm.
that's crazy.
So
He got a
I
golden
have a
ticket.
question.
He got the golden ticket and squandered that shit. Threw that shit in the trash.
oh shit! This is hilarious.
I mean, there's
Hey
been
True, I got a
blowouts in
question
the
for you,
Super
man.
Bowl in the
What's
past.
what's
I
up?
mean,
What's up?
That play where you lost in the conference championship game.
we're gonna show it.
Oh, okay, I'll ask my question later then. I'll ask my question later.
uh, chat's popping off. No, I did not move out of my fucking parents' basement. I was in a 3-bedroom with 2 roommates. One of them just moved to Chicago, and another one just moved to Ohio. So we all went our own way. So I just got a 2-bedroom for myself. Um, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, Mike also had an interview that morning, and congratulations to Mike. He got him a new job. Him and I were talking about that the days leading up to the Super Bowl. So love to see people in the league doing well in
They
real
was
life.
being all buddy and shit, man. Like they don't got a Super Bowl game to play, man. Man, what happened? What happened to competitive spirit? You could have did that shit after the game, man. Where's your competitive
LeBron
spirit at, man?
LeBron James killed out of competitive shit. Everybody's friends now.
I mean, not like Madden. Why? Yeah, we cool. Like outside of Madden, we all cool. I feel that. But man, I see why he wasn't locked in, man. He's being too buddy. Before the game, you over there like, hey, you got an interview, don't you? Like
No.
that's what's up. Like that's it's crazy, nigga. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
And that's
And
because I was
talking
trying to
about
play
it.
him. I was trying to play him the night before, and then he said he didn't want to play the night before an interview, which I totally understand that. You know what I mean?
No,
So
I hear that. I hear that.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
that's so
talking
crazy.
about his interview and shit during the game. That's what you're saying? That's how they did it? That's bananas. That's fucking bananas.
Hey man,
Wow.
supposed tier 2 user right here, guys, man.
Uh,
Hey man,
come on, man. Let's get this shit over with,
I'll
man.
take the
Let me
heat, man.
goddamn
But
cuss.
I deserve my
Let me cuss.
roses. I made it. I did my shit.
You did, man. You did make the dance, man.
And speaking of
You
making
made
Yeah.
it.
the final part of the dance, let's take a look at that clip that got me there.
Congratulations, man.
4th and 11 in the fourth quarter. I was beating Trill by 17, and then he came back. And then Amon St. Brown had to send me off to the Super Bowl, went for 2 points, and got it right after this big play.
That reaction was funny as shit.
Oh,
You talking about when I was like, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
I told you, man, I was hyped. That's full of energy, man. You're cracking me up too, Willie, when you're like, it's quiet in here.
It was. I'm like, damn, it's quiet as shit. My man usually be talking, give us a little feedback and everything like that. He was just locked. He was just like not
Locked
saying
in.
nothing. I
Yeah.
said, oh shit, he folding. Don't
Yeah,
fold.
I was folding. Like I said, it was like 24-7 at one point. Trill made some good adjustments going into the second half.
Hmm.
Let's take a look at that clip one more time.
One more time. Run it
Yeah,
back.
man. His Super Bowl winning play right there. Supposedly. I think he forgot he had an extra game he had to play after, though, man. I think he already had the champagne in the locker room.
So that was the Super Bowl for him right there. Huh?
Yeah, he
What
forgot
was
he
it
had another
like?
game to play.
What were the hosts like when you got to Cancun? True, they hadn't seen you in forever.
Shit, yeah, man. I had my own private jet, man. I don't ride first class or economy like the rest of the league, man. I got my own shit. When you
Yeah,
get as many rings, when you get as many rings,
That's
man,
crazy.
you just able to get your own private jet.
Wow.
Had my own wing. Like when I went to the resort, I had my own wing, man. They know how
yeah.
to get down. But I don't
You're
go a
up in
lot,
the
so
you're up in the
that's
C
cool,
suite.
man. Yeah, like I don't go a lot. So when I do go, they make sure I'm cool. They
I
make sure
like
I'm
that.
good.
What was that? What was the first drink you had when you got there?
Yeah, man. Man, I don't remember, man. I can't recall. It was just
It's
that
fast.
day, the day after, man. The day after the bowl, not the bowl, but the day after that game, man. Just drinking. I was at the resort just drinking, man. I didn't matter what it was.
Shitty came up and said hello.
But that Super Bowl sobered me up though, man. Even though I didn't see a lot of it, it sobered me when I saw that score.
Did you visit him while he was in Cancun?
But fuck no, D. He on the list, man. He ain't allowed him to come to my spot, man.
Hey, Trill.
What's up?
Hey, Trill. Did you run cover 2 man on that last play?
Cover three. It was cover three, man.
It was cover 3 man. Oh,
Yeah, I was
like three
covering the
best.
middle, man. Yeah, I was covering the middle because I knew what he was gonna do, and he ended up doing what I thought he was gonna do. The nigga just didn't make a play on it. No.
Ball hawk. It's crazy.
That's fast. He said D wore a wig to the Diddy party. But I think this clip, along with another play,
Y'all want to put him up?
I can get it. I don't know why.
Want to put him up?
So the main reason why we wanted to bring both CJ and Ro on today's episode is, along with my play against True, CJ also had to play in the.
Hold on.
With all this shit going on in the background.
We got a whole lot of shit, man. I thought you just said you was locked in today after that trading game, man.
Bro, are you here with us?
What is beating the
Man,
shit
he
out of
not.
fuck?
That nigga not. Nigga not be. No.
Why?
This is probably the worst
Why
start we
beating
could have
his
had to
leg?
the episode.
His little ass done pissed in the living room. She can beat his ass while I'm trying to damn pod.
Nigga having an
That's
old man
crazy.
moment right now, man.
He just ain't used to it.
Hey, Ro,
Okay, hey,
tell everybody else to
hey.
shut the fuck up. You're on the pod right now. I'm trying to talk.
No, no. Boy, you trying to get me put out my motherfucking house? You crazy on the motherfucker. Sure would.
Anyways, the
Shut
reason
the
why we
Cut
were
that
showing
bitch
that
off,
clip
man.
is part of a discussion that we want to have regarding the ball hawk rules. So you can see the photo to the right is the clip I had against Tro in the NFC Championship for Amon Ross scored, but we also had a similar play in the playoffs. Probably worse, to be honest. I mean, not worse in terms of like the time when it happened, but in terms of just the play and the nature of the play itself. CJ had a pick against Moss here in the photo on the left from the wild card round, where he should have honestly made a play on the ball, just looking at the photo the way he was going. And we just want to have a discussion about ball hawk. So I'm gonna open up the floor to both of you, but first I'm gonna go ahead and let CJ give his like opening statement, and then we'll hand it over to Ro for his like rebuttal. So CJ, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. I feel like it's 2 ways to go about like the league settings. I feel like if you when I first asked about ball hawk, right, and somebody explained to me like you have to it's promoting user play, right? That you have to do all the work yourself. The user has to be in position. I feel like in that photo on the left, right, I'll walk you through the situation. 3rd and 3, tie ball game, right? Ravens on the 50-yard line. I disguise man coverage great, and I roll into an inverted cover 2. He throws a fade against a half safety who's 6'4", by the way. He's got the receiver stacked. In worst case scenario, this is a PBU 4th and 3. He's got to punt the ball, right? Instead, because of the way the system is on right now, I feel like it benefits the receiver, right? It promotes high scoring games, offensive games. It does not promote the defense. I feel like myself, right? If I'm being completely honest, I'm a defensive player first. I
Yeah.
run a lot of RPOs. I try to stay ahead of schedule, but I rely on my defense making plays. And I know I can force people because of my football knowledge into making errors like this throw on the left where you think it's cover one man, because I've showed you cover one man 3 times in a row, and then I'll fall into inverted cover 2 into an error throw. That's a pick 10 times out of 10 on Sundays, right? So if we're going for realism, I feel like I should be rewarded for the disguise that I'm given. Instead, because of the way the system is right now, right, it's rewarding the offense for making dumb throws. In my opinion, that's a dumb throw, right? If I look on the right, yes, I will say that although in the right picture when we're talking about NFC Championship game, Amon Ra probably has the better position because the DB is going out of the frame. He's going away from where the ball is, and 25 isn't even in position to have his hands up. So I could see that play happening. I could actually see that play happening, right? My play, it shouldn't happen at all. And it completely changed the game, right? And my grievance is, right, because a lot of people will say, well, even though I had him stacked right, the receiver where he was in with the position with the ball is why he caught it. I actually, and I'm glad we're having this conversation and it's perfect timing. I just played the Bengals, right? I'll give Bengals all his props, bro. We had a great game. He came out on top, man. I learned a lot by playing him, right? It was a tie ball game, 2nd and 7. I mean, 7-7. He was in his own red zone, 3rd and 3. I run man to man. My guy loses off the line, right? And I wish I could show it to you on stream right now. But my guy, basically, I'm on defense. Is if you look at my picture, right, versus the Ravens, right? Instead of me having the receiver stacked, in this picture against the Ravens, when I played the Bengals yesterday, he had me stacked, right? But it was the same result. So that's why I feel like no matter where the position of the DB is, it's always going to promote offensive plays and it's going to reward the offense, because I've been in both situations where I had the receiver stacked and it ended up with the same result with the receiver making a crazy catch. And then I had a play yesterday where I was stacked, right? The receiver had the positioning and he made the play, which he rightfully should have made. I'm not arguing that. He should have made that play. This play I'm arguing right here. This play in no way, in no shape, form should he have made this play. And it completely changed the game. It completely changed the game.
That was a beautiful rant. That was
But I mean, like,
that was a
that's really all
beautiful
I gotta
rant.
say. I feel like this when I asked, right, and I was told that it rewards user play. Right. When I asked the commissioner, it said, "Oh well, it's because it rewards user play. You got to be a better user and go get it yourself." Which I would agree with if the system played like that. I feel like the system does not play like that. When I'm in position, the receiver makes a play, right? If I'm not in position, right, the receiver should make the play, right? And I can't work myself back into the play as a user. So if I've learned, I'm better off allowing the CPU to just make the play and live with the result, whether he makes a PBU or gets mossed. I have to live with that result rather than trying to user make a play and I know the receiver's going to end up catching it and taking it for 6 anyways. So I mean that's all I got to say.
All right.
All right.
Ryan, time for your
Let
rebuttal.
me
The
give
floor is yours.
my rebuttal is going to be so quick. Well, I'm gonna no for the purposes of the pod, I'm gonna give the actual rebuttal. I'm gonna start by saying my mind is not changed on this. We are going to stay with the settings that we are on. I, if you think about when we're watching football, the rules and everything about it has now catered and shifted to the offensive side of the ball. Now, the way that we have these settings set up, I've done my best to not cater everything to the offensive side of the ball. However, I do feel like if we have those assists on, ball hawk, fucking, hold on, let me make sure I don't say the wrong shit. Well, heat seeker, switch assist. If we have those things on, you are assisted to such a degree that the turnovers in the league when people are passing the ball are going to be haywire. It's gonna be to a point where some of the bottom half of users that may not read defenses coverages in the manner that some of the other guys, they're gonna throw 100 fucking interceptions. I'm not interested in that. I do my best to keep the playing field as level as possible for all, um, for everyone involved in the league, regardless of the skill gap. Doesn't matter how your skill is. I try and have the playing field as close to even as I possibly can. With that being said, I did, and I'm sure they discussed this with you. I saw the little back and forth where they shared with you when I ran the experiment, when the league was actually upset about the fact that these settings were off. One of my commissioners was pissed. He was livid about the fact that these assists are off. I did a surprise situation where I turned them on for several games. In these games, the interceptions were crazy. In other games that I picked to do the experiment, the interceptions were doable, realistic to me. Now, there are going to be situations where you're going to feel like you should have gotten a pick, you should have did this, you should have did that. But when you're actually watching a game on Sunday, there are situations where guys feel like they should have did this, they should have did that. I'm not going to use Saturday because we're not playing college, we're playing an NFL based game. So Sunday, Monday, Thursdays, whenever the fuck NFL games are on, there are situations where people feel like they should have gotten a pick. Now, I understand you saying that sometimes it's just better off if you let the CPU make the play for you. Well, you have that split second to decide what you want to do. Do you want to let the CPU do it? Or do you take control and you try and do it yourself? Now, I understand that we've all played Madden long enough where we try and we make a lot of these plays ourselves. We absolutely do. But it's about the adjustment that you make. Now you have to add that into your arsenal. Okay, maybe in this situation, I need to let the CPU do it if I don't feel like they're going to give me that when I click on and try to do it myself. Like you got to add, that's a part of it now. That's the beauty of being able to make these adjustments and franchise. Like you have to figure out what works for you in these games. Shit's not going to always go the way that you want. And I understand, that plenty of people don't have this problem. They let you guys your own settings, whatever your settings are, they let you use them. It's never going to be the case here. I'm always going to look out for the bottom half guys of the league. Always. So that's never going to be the case here. So it's all for a reason. Sounds like it sucks for you. I get it. But yeah, there's not enough evidence. There's not enough anything that's made me remotely think about changing my mind and turning these things on. I don't have a problem with having a discussion. I mean, and that's what we're doing here. If anybody wants to jump into the discussion, they are more than free to. However, I feel the way I feel right now, and so
Okay,
that's what I
can I
got.
say one thing?
Okay.
Absolutely,
So I understand you said that you're always looking out for the bottom half of the league guys, right? And
absolutely.
majority of the time, those bottom half of the league guys, those guys who may not be as experienced game wise, or they may not be able to read a defense as fast as somebody else, right? Those players, right, at the bottom of the league, more
Uh-huh.
majority of the time, those people are better offensive players than they are defense. Their defense is probably non-existent. if I'm being honest. And all because it's way easier, if I'm being honest, if you're playing a video game, to understand how offense goes, right? And just know, okay, well, this route gets open. I've seen this route get open. Compared to coverages where you have to know what each and every assignment is in order to make a coverage work, right? So I feel like as a defensive player, that's what I would call myself, right? I think the system rewards, and like you said, there were way more picks, right? When you turned it
Uh-huh.
on, right? When you turn it off, there's less picks. So I mean, those plays when you turn it off, those plays that would normally be picks, it gives the offense it gives them the ball, it gives them that explosive play, right? It rewards them. It does not reward the defense, even though the offense still made that mistake, even though they still
Uh-huh.
made the bad decision. I don't get rewarded for that. So now, as a defensive player, I have to figure out a way, and it's already hard enough to stop people on offense, right? It's already hard enough to stop a trio who's going to average 50 a game, and those 2 extra possessions that I could steal from him could end up winning me the game by 3. But I don't get that pick, right? I don't get that PBU. He's got the ball in the red zone, and as a defensive player, I know I can't keep up with a game if I got to win 50-40. If I got to win 50-40, I'm probably gonna lose. But if it's any 30 and under, I feel like I got a chance to win that game. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
feel like
I get.
it rewards the play style of offensive play, much like the NFL likes with the high scoring games and the selling tickets. But people who play the game and understand defense, and I know, oh, I can get you in this. Oh, you've seen this so many times. If I show you the same picture, but I flip it and you make the bad decision, that play on the left right there against the Ravens. Who know? I'm not saying I would have won the game because I can't go back and say I would have won the game had I made this play because we don't know the outcome. But I will say it would have changed the shape of the game had this at work had it worst case scenario if Ball Hawk was on and it was a pass breakup and it's 4th and 3 and he's got a punt. That's better than him scoring that one-handed crazy touchdown. Mind you, on that play, the picture on the left, the receiver didn't even catch the ball with 2 hands. He caught it with that one hand you see that's up. He caught it with that single hand. Didn't even use his right. That's damn near. Julio Jones might be the only receiver I've ever met that could probably make that play.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Well,
Go
In
ahead.
this particular
before
game,
you go on, bro, I was hoping to maybe have a few minutes where me and some of the other hosts jump in and give some of our thoughts before we hand
oh,
the floor back to you guys.
okay, let me get this question off before you guys jump in. This particular game where this happened to you, how many instances did something happen in that manner to you during that one game? Just that one play? Were there several plays? Was there just this one play?
From what I remember, this was the one play. This was the
Okay.
one.
So 45 to 50 minutes of the game, the thing that you really pissed off about happened to you one time. And that one time makes you feel like that I should change that setting.
But it's not. If it was an outlier, I would have no problem with it. But this is a consistent thing. Again, this happened to me one game, but the game I just played yesterday, I can show you 2 examples. I got my stream up right now. I can show you 2 examples against the Bengals where I have a
So
pick. I had a
so you're
24-24 ball
okay,
game with the
listen.
Bengals. Go ahead,
So
go ahead.
you're telling me every game this happens at least once a game. I mean, that's
I would
pretty
I
much
would
what you're
I would
maybe
I would
once a
say
game.
I would say once a game. I would say once a game where it's a play where I feel like my player has that like that's a play that we should make and it does and it would be different if nobody made the play. But
Okay.
it's not an incompletion. It's an offensive catch.
So my question, if this is happening consistently, maybe once a game, that's enough evidence for you to feel like that I should change those settings?
And I kind of want to jump in here and maybe True and Willie can give their thoughts. I feel like I see situations like this happen 2 to 3 times every single game. I do think it is a consistent problem. I feel like there's a lot of times where I see people get bailed out on bad throws, and I don't really like seeing that. Like, I don't think somebody should be rewarded for a bad throw. Like, I get some plays happen every once in a while in real life. Like, yeah, like Mike Evans in real life is gonna moss somebody. Jamar Chase is gonna make a play deep down the field, but like sometimes you get like guys that normally wouldn't make a play and making plays on a consistent basis. You're just being rewarded for bad throws. And I know that there was a test before, but I feel like that it was too small of a sample size because one, don't necessarily know what opponents were those games in, but I know Trill's probably one of them. Yeah, Trill's going to probably have a game with a lot of picks, but he probably was also going against like you know, a lower tier opponent. No offense to nobody. I think a good sample size would be taking at least like half a season and seeing how that stacks up and seeing like what everybody thinks. Mike did make a good point where it's like you got to deal with the hand that you're dealt. So like at least one way or another, it's the same thing for everybody. But I do feel like personally, a lot of times I see this, probably move some games in the other direction just because people are being rewarded for bad plays. And that's just the way I personally feel about it. So, Trill, Willie, I'm interested to see what you guys think yourselves.
I, well, I mean, I've been in the league for a while. It's definitely a consistent thing where people are getting away with some crazy throws, man. It was poetic when Raven just said people getting away with bailout throws, knowing how he got to the bowl. But
Yeah, and I'll be honest
but
about it.
besides,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's a consistent thing, and yeah, I mean, I've kind of learned how to kind of play around to try to. Sometimes the CPU, you just got to let the CPU make a play for you sometimes. But I mean, I don't kind of like that. I feel like I would rather die by me controlling it. I think that's just how I operate, where I gotta
Hmm.
be the one fucking up. I don't want the CPU fucking up. Let me fuck up. So I mean, that's just kind of how it is for me. And I just thought of something just now when Ro was talking, but I'm gonna save it for the what? I don't know if Ro's still gonna be here
Yeah,
for that
don't hit me
segment.
with it. Hit me with it now. If it's something that you
Because I
think
know
I
you was
might.
talking you when you was talking about kind of helping the lower tier guys out. I just had an idea. You probably gonna shut it down, but the idea was maybe for playoffs only, you turn ball hawk on to allow, like, once you hit that playoff, you should have only those. Well, I don't want to say top users. Not all the time top users make the playoffs, but
But the final four
just
teams.
you're gonna get the most competitive, more competitive playoff games to where people, if they make a bad throw, they should get punished for that mistake in the playoffs. Because naturally in the playoff game, it elevates. The game's gonna elevate a little bit just naturally. So I just want to hear
I,
your opinion on that.
I, hold on.
Well, Willie, you got anything to say before I jump on top of that?
No, I like to hear your answer.
And before you answer,
Um,
Ro, I will say that's an interesting idea. True, I'm interested to see what Ro has to say. But another thing I just want to add in is even when ball hawk is on, there will still be plays like this. It just tends to go to like higher overall trade people. Like I've been in Madden leagues before where it's on, and like yeah, you still can go and moss somebody, but usually when I've done that, it's like with a typically, higher overall trade player. Because I also I switch to the wide receiver and I always use her every catch to giving myself the best chance to make the catch itself. So I wanted to just add that in. But go ahead, Ro.
yeah, you touched on a little bit with how I was going to answer that because I've even seen with ball hawk and shit on, people still get mossed and shit. So I'm just as far as far as Trill, I'm probably not gonna do that. However, um, I wouldn't be opposed to us discussing that a little further. Um, I'm definitely not gonna do it this year at all. This playoffs is gonna run the same as all playoffs have run with the same rules. We can discuss it in between Madden to see if possibly we do something like that for 27. Um, I just don't see because for me, like the guys that make the deep runs to the playoffs in our league, like you guys, your skill levels are similar. Somebody's going to be a little better than somebody, obviously, but your skill levels are similar. Once you guys get to these, the championship games, it's usually the best four guys in the. Maybe there's an upset somewhere to get there, but those scores and those outcomes are what they are. I don't feel like it has anything to do with the fact that fucking ball hog, heat seeker, and shit is not on. Like I don't feel like that's the problem. feel like sometimes the lights are too bright and guys fuck up. Or I feel like somebody just super locked in and they just have a hell of a game. I just don't see that those things are the problem. I mean, then y'all know my favorite thing to say is get better. Fucking figure it out. Like the shit ain't on. Like Trill said, he's figured out how to maneuver the fact that they're off. He's figured out there are some instances, and yeah, it's a split second situation where you may have to figure out, I might need to let the computer handle this one. I mean, ain't that what fucking football is? Split second motherfucking decisions when you on the field. I don't fucking see the difference.
And kind of add on to that,
Uh,
bro. I think a thing a lot of users in the lead, and I've had my moments too, but I think a lot of users in the lead need to change is maybe instead of letting the CPU handle it, go ahead and switch to it, but don't go for the pick. Like you have a much higher chance of stopping the play if you just go for the deflection. And I'm sure Tro can also attest to that. So
I tried that. I tried that versus the Bengals. Still got mossed. I'm not making this up. I let the see if he got his ass mossed.
Man, but he got
But
basketball players. He got
I know he
basketball
got
players that
basketball
just do
players. Derek Stingley got bean top for a 50-yard strike. I'm not making this up. And there's nothing else I could, as a defensive guy, I have run out of options on what I can do. I let the CPU do it, mossed. I do it myself, kind of crazy one hand left catch going over your right shoulder. Probably impossible in real life. So I'm all out of options. If I would have to say something, with Trill's whole playoff idea, I think that is a little unfair to switch it up just for the playoffs because I just think of the Bengals and the play style he plays. I feel like it does play into how it is being off with the type of throws he makes. I think it'll be unfair to him to have a system, an offensive system based on one thing, and then you switch it up, and now he's making all these kind of mistakes. Like that's unfair to him.
Man, he is supposed tier 2 user, man. He could figure it out, man. He tough.
speaking of Bengals user, I kind of want to read some of the things in the chat. So Max kind of chimed in. He thinks it would be too big of a change for the playoffs, which I totally get. He suggests like if something like that was to happen, maybe have it week 10 or some way like later in the season, so that way like at least everybody gets a couple weeks of it before it switches into the playoffs. So I mean that's just something like if we were to ever to explore something like that, we'd have to like have a more thorough discussion of. The Bengals
Man.
user he said, unquote, based on what Rose said, this is an inclusion lead. The top users are going to be the top users no matter what. We have had 2 users win 18 in the last 20 Super Bowls. Anything that gives lesser users a chance to be competitive should be left alone. We should really be looking at ways to slow down to 1% and not the ways to keep the 1% at the top.
Damn. That was a great fucking. Hey, that was a great fucking comment, Bengals.
Looking at
Great
ways to
fucking
slow down
comment.
to 1%.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Instead of helping the
Man,
1%. Yeah.
So you're saying, wait, does the system as it is right now help or slow down 1%? That's my question.
that's debatable, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
think
that's
that's. I
been a
think that's.
Come
debatable.
on, give me
That's
a
Hey,
yes or
debatable,
it's a yes or
man.
no. It's a yes or no. Does it help or slow down to 1%? The way it is right now.
Ro, can I give a suggestion? Maybe something that'd be interested for us to maybe spice things up in the lead. It's unrelated, but something that could maybe make the lead a little bit more competitive.
Talk
Um,
to me.
Maybe making having the top 2 users in the point system be in the same conference based off what the first user picks. So that way the top 2 are always in the same conference competing against each other.
That's something
Well,
that we. Hey, you know what? Save that for our annual meeting.
All right.
Um,
Wait, so you're gonna have like an East-West NBA type thing where the West is like that.
It'd just
well,
be a
you wasn't
save
refresh
that.
here.
too.
I mean, you wasn't here when we didn't have any. We didn't have anything with
Usually
it. Like
everybody in the
the
AFC for the most
AFC,
part.
like everybody in the AFC, it was like a crazy how bad how the NFC was compared to the AFC
Unless
at
you have
one
one
point.
year,
Man,
unless you have one year where you had the Panthers at
it
the
was.
Cardinals. I mean, Mike ran that man with the Packers, but still, like NFC was kind of loaded. But
It's just
then the AFC was loaded for a
naturally
while.
because the quarterbacks are in the AFC historically. So
Yeah, and everybody ran to the AFC.
all the
Yeah,
top users was in the AFC, and there was like nobody in the NFC. Fucking Hoodie made a Super Bowl, man. Like, let's talk about it.
facts.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a
saying.
fact.
Like
That's
maybe if
crazy.
the top 2 are in the same conference, like that would give a chance for like I mean, we know who the top 2 are, Mike and True. I'm not gonna dodge it, but those two in the same conference, then maybe it gives some other people a chance. Like I mean, it kind of screws some people that be in their conference, but I don't know. We could talk about it more at the lead meeting, but it's just off the dome. Just had a thought. Um, but I think another thing too with the ball hawk is like maybe if it's not always like Moss for touchdowns, I think the big thing I see is sometimes someone will say like, say if they're throwing just like an out route or 7 route to their tight end or somebody, sometimes the DBs just get a weird animation like they will go away from the ball. I don't know how to describe it, but like it's like almost impossible to usually to play because they go away from the ball. They won't animate. Like I'm not expecting him to automatically animate towards it, but it's like you're kind of forced to where they're not going to make the play just because they're not going towards
Well,
the
ball
defender
hawk,
or the
the purpose of ball
receiver.
hawk is to assist you going towards like attacking the ball, right? So if with the system off, all it does is again, like I said, with the user play, you have to literally be in perfect position, or it's not going to happen. If you're not in perfect position, it's going to be like the picture on the right with the Lions versus the Giants. He's trying to attack the ball, but because they're moving so fast in Madden, right? He's trying to, but he's going away from the ball, right? And it does not bring him towards the ball. So now Amon Ra is the only person because the Amon Ra is the CPU being thrown. Because the Amon Ra was a CPU and all the offense has to do is click on and press Y, right? Now it is giving him the person as a person attacking the ball. In my position, right? I have to user and attack the ball, right? All he has to do is just press Y. So when I was told like it stops people from just pressing Y, the offense is still just doing nothing but pressing Y. The defense is the people that has it, that have it hard, and you got to literally put in perfect position to get a pick. Most of the picks that I get right now are literally like throws where there were errant throws to a CPU, and I didn't even have to click on. I think I've had one pick. I think I got one
Oh
pick this
shit!
so far where I
So
had
you
to
need
press.
to get some practice because I'm watching games where these guys are clicking and going and getting it. I don't know what they're
Like
doing
50,
different than what
50 50s,
you're doing.
50 50s,
I'm so- I'm seeing that. I mean, am I wrong? Am I not seeing this?
50 50 throws, like offense, defensive player in the same position. All you gotta do
Am
is
I
check
not
down.
seeing? Am I not seeing this? Am I tripping?
I see. I
I'd
Um,
see.
say
I've
it
seen people get
happens.
for
one
the
on
rest,
one picks before. Usually, if it's like a bump to bump deep routes, every once in a while. But usually, when people throw picks, it's because they're throwing a pass that shouldn't. Like people
Shouldn't
get
have
bailed
been
out
thrown in
though.
the first place, man.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll be thrown into triple coverage or like throw it to a flat when the defender's
That's
right
easy.
there.
Like
It'll
that's
be
Like
stuff
easy.
like that.
50,
Yeah.
50-50s lean towards the offense, though. And that I think, yeah, the way it's set up, it does lean towards the offense if you throw a 50-50
I'm
pass.
saying it ain't even 50-50 the way it is right now. It's about like a 80-20. Might be a 90-10.
I'd probably say more 60-40. I think
yeah,
60.
I go with
I'm not
60-40.
getting 60-40 percentage. I ain't gonna 80-20
I
for
will,
me.
but see, here's where we are with it, though, CJ. You haven't put enough time in. Like, no, I'm not even on no bullshit with this. You haven't put enough time in the league to adjust to these settings. You've only ran one season. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of these guys now, they've been here for a period of time where they've adjusted and they understand these things. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what league that you came from, but I'm sure that they didn't have these settings ran the way. And so I just feel like you need some time to be here and then to adjust. And I think you'll be just fine. That's just my opinion. I think you'll be just fine. Just need some time to adjust and really be here and play up under these settings. Um, it can definitely fuck you up when you're jumping, one lead, from lead to lead type shit. You know what I'm saying? I think, I don't know, I want to say 75 to 90% of this league only play this league. So they're accustomed to how our shit is. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong about that because it's quiet as fuck, but
Nah,
I
we
feel
just
like
listening
that's
to
the
you
thing.
talk, man. And hearing what
Oh
you
Yeah,
say.
I just really feel like that's the thing, CJ.
It's definitely
Yeah.
an adjusting to, I could say.
I think it's definitely a good, healthy discussion. Sorry, True.
Yeah, no, it is a healthy discussion. And answering your question, CJ, about the is the 1% being slowed down? I don't think I have a decisive answer to say I don't think so. I don't think the rules as of right now that we implement are stopping the 1%. It's
Also,
more stopping the midline type of guy. It's like kind of focusing on the middle percent of the league. And I mean, the top really not affected by it. I'd say that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like though it penalizes, it rewards people for making dumb throws. I feel those people that are at the top percent anyways, they're not going to make dumb throws. I'm not going to get Trill to make 5 dumb throws in one game. But the one time he does make a dumb throw, I'm not getting rewarded for it, and that's the difference maker in the game. That's that when you say you were saying that one throw it is when I'm playing against somebody at the quality of Trill, the quality of Ravens, right? Or even when I play the Dolphins, right? When I play Willie, that one air and throw, it's the difference between, and because I play football myself, and I know that it could be one play that'll make or break a game. That one play, that somebody, that hustle play, or that pick play that could turn a game and flip it on his end. And that when you play those 1%, a game where you're playing a bottom half guy, you might have a couple chances, so you can make up for it. But when I'm playing, so if I'm playing Trill, right, and I know he's only going to give me one shot, and I give him the look he thought he wants, and I get him I bait him into a throw, I got to be rewarded for that throw, in my opinion, and I'm not being. And it puts me in a position where now I have to, for my Texans team, I have to become an offensive threat. I have to just go away with my system and do the best I can to put up 60 every game.
You might have to put up 70, man. You know, if you see the Giants.
I got 2 things I want to say. First of all, Spasms had some good points about how or was it? With ball hawk being on, people are gonna have tackle assist automatically on as well, and that's gonna affect some things. But I do want to say for the record, because Spaz and I were kind of talking about in the chat, I don't know anybody in the league that would advocate for him, but I don't think besides Ballhawk, I don't think Heat Seeker or Switch Assist should ever be on. I would be.
That's not even the reason for them to be on.
Yeah, especially Switch Assist.
He's secret switch.
Like,
Nah, I think you can work without them.
Yeah, Heat Seeker. Like, go make the tackle yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's you take the angle. Like, people are gonna miss, but like
people don't even take the tackle, make the tackle themselves now though.
Yeah, for real.
People let people tackle now. What are you talking about?
But
people
Switch Assist, I'd hate with Switch Assist would be on, because I guarantee if it's on, like, it's gonna switch for me, and then I'm so used to hitting B, it just switch me to somebody else. Like, it'd mess with my game. I'll be real about it personally, but definitely do think it was a good conversation to have talking about all of this.
No, I agree. I agree. It definitely was a great conversation. And I'm glad that you care enough, CJ, that you want to bring it to the table and discuss it. I do appreciate the fact that you care enough to do that. Hopefully, you're going to be here for the rest of the guys, and we can implement things that you see or discuss them and see if they make sense. I don't have a problem with taking feedback from the guys of the league and implementing them when needed. I absolutely don't have a problem with that. So I appreciate you, wanting to discuss this. And maybe, here down the line at some point, it'll have to be discussed again if I see that, it's really a problem or it's really something that's going to benefit the league. But right now, I feel confident that you guys are getting a good experience from week to week, with the settings where they are. Uh, until I feel like you guys aren't experienced, I'm gonna always be comfortable with things where they are.
And another
Hey,
thing
Rod, I
too,
got a
bro, is I don't know what sliders there would be, but maybe that's something we could look into and see if there's any sliders that maybe we could adjust going into the next Madden or experiment with, and see if it has any impact on some of the things we're seeing. Like, I don't know anything off the top of my head, but maybe we could just look into it and have a discussion about that. But
Mhm.
Willie, it looked like you're getting ready to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to know, bro, would you ever consider coming up with something to help actually help the user that you intend to help and do something about that? I guess that what they want to call the 1% of the league.
I don't know really what it is that I can do. For the guys that have been here the longest, I'm not talking about the guys that have been here since the beginning of this league, 14 years or so ago. I'm not talking about those guys, but some of you guys that been here the last several years, like you guys see, the things that we changed to try and help not only the bottom half, but the entire league. There's nothing I'll ever be able to do as far as skill gap. Like it's nothing I can do about that. And I think the beauty of this league is the fact that we offer a league where you don't have to have your game played in 24 hours. You have a couple of days to get your game played. And I do the things that I do to try and don't have time to really build a team, salary caps, and things of that nature. You want to pick up and play and have a decent team that you're playing with. I think those are the beautiful things about our league. And so I think as long as we keep those things as the core, the rest of it is going to have to get worked out by guys actually get better on the stick. I don't know much more that I can do. Obviously, we talk about it from Madden to Madden. I get my commissioners together. Um, if there's somebody that we really value their opinion or opinions of you guys that are in the league, you guys throw shit out there. We try and bring those things into discussions and see if it makes sense to add things. But just being honest with you, Willie, at this moment, I don't know if there's anything else I can do, honestly, that can help those guys. I don't. I don't.
Well, I would say this. I would say trying to make a rule to stop the 1%. I would think would be a cop out, but I more so would be interested in stop trying to put a stranglehold on the the other guy said before, putting a stranglehold on the mid tier users to bring them closer to the bottom. When there's a lot of guys at the bottom that don't even put in the effort to make their team better.
Okay. Now, what things do you see? Like, what rules and shit do we have right now that you feel like we're putting a stranglehold on those mid tier guys? That instead of getting them to elevate, it's making them back. Are there any? Is there anything specifically that you see?
Um, well, as of right now, we haven't really had no change to the points list. I mean, everybody's really like where they normally would be, except for you killed trading with the trade limit rule.
Well, um,
I mean, City made a big
I
jump.
don't.
I
Should he definitely
mean,
made a jump.
he made a jump. Yeah, he definitely made a jump.
But I would say that that's proof in the pudding of if you give somebody a great start with a quarterback like Herbert and then if you play the game right with the abilities that's afforded to you, you can make some damage, happen. Now you see Trey Dean on the opposite side where he's used to having a team like that, starting with a really strong arm quarterback that's young. He didn't start with that this time. He didn't start with a crazy defense this time. And with the limits in place, look at him. Like you killed him. So
Yeah,
everything that you've been doing, like you can definitely see the proof of how it has affected certain guys. But then it seems as
okay.
though like where some of the rules that were created for the guys that they were aiming at have an effect.
Okay, I'm going to say that the straight rule was probably one of our better rule changes. Well, one of the better rules that we've added in the last few years
I
because
agree. I agree.
that that was getting out of hand. Um, and with that, that's even for everyone. Like that's even for everyone. So I don't know how. I don't know how it works, other by the fact that you can't have 15 traded players on your team now to to mask the fact that you don't really have, like, it's your team that's doing it. I mean, that's not a bad thing for the league, right?
And I think that's kind of the reason why
So
we switched to comp instead of Sims, because comp was making it more user skill based. If that makes sense. Even if it's been some of the same top guys, I could tell that there's a difference. Go ahead, Willie.
I mean, but can we go back to like, can we open up draft pick rule? Like, can we do something about tweak the draft pick rules and go back with, because why are we limiting the draft pick rule? You know what I'm saying? When, like I said, guys aren't taking advantage of it. When the guys that you're trying to protect actually give those picks away, and stuff like that. Like they don't even use them.
Yeah, but if we don't have these things in place, like, it's not. I'm not. I can't hold a motherfucking hand to say, hey, we're creating this shit so that you can try and be better within the league. I can't go and hold a motherfucking hand too and be like, hey, this is what you need to do. Like, do this, do that. Like, I can't hold a motherfucking hand to do that. All I can do is put the shit in place. I can make sure that they know, listen, look at the rules. That's why that's why we beg people when they come in. Read the rules, because there's a lot of shit in there that we do for beginners in our league, for the guys that don't want to do shit but pick up and play. You can still pick up and play, but you can have an amazing team while you're picking up and playing if you take advantage of the shit that we created as far as these rules. So I don't think that I don't think that tweaking traits, the trait rule right now, the number of picks that are allowed per user right now, I think that tweaking any of that is going to do anything more to help any other users than what we have in place right now. I don't really want to hold their hand any further.
I'm with that. I'm with that. I feel you.
So yeah, that's kind of where I am with that. Um, I don't know what else we can fucking do. Shit, we'll have to start knocking.
What, bro? I thought you were gonna log in
Hey,
for other people, help them out a bit.
yeah, like what? I don't know what the fuck else we can do, yo. Like shit, we
um,
put so much shit in place to help. Like what the fuck else?
Well,
okay.
are you along with your announcement that you made? Are there any more details about that coming later?
Okay, so I'm going to put it in text. I'm also going to put this in text because I know everybody in the league is not listening right now.
Hmm.
But I'm going to work on the two computer teams. I'm going to replenish talent on these teams once I do this. So trading with the CPU teams is gated until we advance to week 3. When week 3 hits, practice squad stilling will be on, and you'll be able to trade with CPU teams again. All players on the CPU teams are fair game to be traded.
And will that be for
So
all users or
that's
only?
gonna that's for all users. This is the last season. I think I'm feeling like that's something that we're gonna do from this point forward. The last season, the CPU teams, all players will be available to be traded, regardless of their status. So the rookies will absolutely be able to be traded for the last season, I think, from this point forward.
And can I ask
Um,
another question?
sure.
So I know this past off season, both Shitty and I, we kind of getting not like I could use the word trouble, but we kind of got confused since we had both made trades, but we didn't realize that we had to be under the limit before we trade for other guys. We didn't realize we could dev people down. We could not dev down people after the trades were made. Is that still going to be in place with the rookies, or could we effectively move towards saying that like you could trade for like a traded rookie or traded players on the CPU and then adjust your roster and dev down after that trade. Because we already do that for user trades, but I didn't know how we wanted to approach that with the CPU trades because both Shitty and I both got affected by that this past off season.
Now that so the way that happened for you guys, like for Shitty for sure, like I don't disagree with the fact that you guys are the owners of your team. So it is your responsibility to know how many traded players you have on the team. So yes, if you know you're going to make a trade, if you're at 8 traded players and you want to trade for a traded player on the CPU team or with another user, you have to swap traits. You're not going to trade for a player that puts you at 9 and then ask to dev somebody down. You found the loophole in my that point.
And I guess going on in that, say if I was going to try to trade for a CPU player that was traded, can I dev down somebody and make myself go to 7 trades so I have an open slot then?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the spirit of the way that rules should work. If you know that you're a traded player and you're at 8 and you're not going to, then you go ahead and make those unilateral moves to get you at the. So when you trade for this player, you're going to be at the number at the max. You're going to be at that max number. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I think we can talk about more when we have our meeting in the off season. I just think it's like because I don't think it makes sense to make a change now because what it is what it is. But going the next man, I think it should be consistent one way or another
Yeah,
between user trades and CPU trades. So
I think what we will do. I think what we will do is we will just change in the that we already have in place. I think it's just going to require us to change the
yeah,
so that
yeah.
guys are not. Now, I have a question because I'm not sure how this works. Trade committee. You can answer this for me. So you guys let the users amongst each other already at 8 traits, and somebody makes a trade that put them at 9. Do you guys allow that?
Yeah, that's been allowed since all of this Madden. In fact, I think the first big trade was that case because Ron traded for Tyreek Kill, even though he was already over 8 trades. And the idea was that he was just going to dev down a second guy after he got Tyreek Kill because he had traded draft picks for Tyreek Kill. So that's been the case for
Mm.
user trades this entire Madden. I think that's what prompted some of the confusion that both Shitty and I had. So I mean, like as soon as
Oh,
I realized right after, like I was like, all right, I'm just gonna report myself because it's like it is what it is. And, what's happened. But like, I think that's the reason. And even Trill, because Trill and I were on like, we were talking when I did that, and Trill himself was like, yeah, I think you'd be fine. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. But I should have checked again beforehand. But I just felt so
yeah.
confident that wasn't the case because it just wouldn't make sense. So
Yeah, we will discuss it for sure in our meeting. We'll discuss it for sure. Yeah, I think I like the spirit of that rule being that um, if you're swapping traits, then fine. But to trade for a traded player, if you're at 8 already, to then that you're over, and then you get to dev down a player at that point, I'm not sure I like. I think the deving down part of this, I like better for when you guys get Mickeys and when players get performance, traits, for their performance. And then you have to make the decision on dev down to put you at 8. I like that better simply because I don't, if a player is a superstar or X factor and he's earned that, it's already bullshit that I have to put this rule in place where you have to nail somebody down and make them a star. And so then to have to make someone just because you decided that to get another traded player at a position, a player that's already traded, instead of doing the work to get one of your guys traded. I don't like that. I kind of feel like that's a loophole that's been found within the spirit of that rule. And I don't know if I'm completely explaining that clearly. I follow.
Yeah, I think just kind of concern is Chiro had brought this up beforehand, and Chiro could talk about it if he wants, but like it'd be kind of messed up to say like we made a decision to undev somebody with with the idea of going and trading for a CPU trait, and then somebody else trades for that CPU player that we were targeting, and then we're stuck in a position where, all right, I already undev'd my guy, you know, what I mean, unless we're gonna let people redev them, but it's just I think that's a big
No,
concern.
yeah, we're not doing that. We're never going to. So,
But I don't know,
yeah.
Trill, you want to talk about that some?
You kind of said it. I guess it's more. It's the risk you take. I mean, I don't see the reason why. I mean, if we do it for user trades, I don't see why CPU trades all of a sudden we should put a halt to that. If it should be more consistent throughout the league because we don't want confuse. Because it leads to confusion when we have one thing work for one way and then the other way it's something different. It just leads to confusion. So we just had to have something.
And we'll definitely tighten it up and make sure that's consistent and not confusing for the league members for sure. Uh, I definitely agree with you. Uh, I don't think we need to be doing a whole lot of crazy. But uh,
But bro,
I want
hey
to.
bro. Also, while we got you on, how you feel about that big win over Trey D, man? It was a big time win.
Oh man, I'm not gonna do that with you. I'm not gonna do that
Big
with you.
win, man, over them
Yeah.
Dallas Cowgirls, man.
Congrats on your
Thank you,
win,
man.
bro.
Yeah, what you put a 36-21, man. Tell us how that game went for
Are
you.
you
You know, you
back?
felt comfortable or something? Like what happened?
Man, it was. I just played a good game, man. I just played a good game. That's it. Trey played a good game. I just came out on top, man. That's it.
All right.
Y'all
Well,
ain't shit, man. And y'all got anything else for me? That's
I mean, I don't have anything necessarily right now. We are gonna have a segment later, bro, where it's like changes we'd like to see to the league for next Madden. So I don't know if you'll be tuning in, but maybe at some point you could take a look at that and see what some of the ideas or thoughts that we have, and maybe we could take some of those discussions into the off-season call that we'll have. So um, that should be a
that
fun
sounds
segment we'll
dope.
have later in the episode. But yeah, definitely appreciate your time coming on the episode today. CJ already had to dip out; he messaged me to the side, but I'm glad that both of you were able to make it, and I think it was a good conversation we had.
Hey, man. I love the pod, man. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Thank y'all for having me. Anytime that y'all need me, just hit me up, and I'm showing up. And yeah, I'm interested to see what the league thinks we should add or subtract or whatever as far as rules and things of that nature. So I'm definitely going to be tuned.
All right.
So
See you later, man.
thank you guys. All right, man. Y'all have a good show, man. Thanks.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Thanks for
Take
joining
it
us.
easy.
All right.
All right. So up next, we have a clip from this last week. It's our user Spaz against the Cardinals user Jeff. Let's take a look at what we got here. Clip of the week.
That's football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Here's the one back on the
Juke
handoff.
one, juke two.
Dodge
Oh,
the tackle.
shoot.
Up to the races, middle of the field.
Yeah, I thought K-Tron was on the block, man. He over there cooking.
Yeah, he did them boys dirty.
It's the back-to-back juke. You know,
So he
just
even
in a
did an
moment,
extra juke
bang,
at the
bang.
end, man. He did an extra one at the end.
Did he?
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm glad Madden let him get that off though, because they don't let you get that off a lot.
Let's see it one more time for good measure. I mean, he had some great blocking too on that trap play, but
Yeah, he didn't get touched till he had to make them juke moves. Good to see that the O line for doing his job.
Yeah.
he said, "Sure, I got to showcase people. That's messed up. He's telling them before the game, go out there and make plays so you can find a new home.
Yeah. Get that contract, man. No salary cap, man. You get that max contract. You cook.
All right. So up next, what a lot of people have probably been waiting for. So here is our updated point system ranking. So at the top, we have Trill with 85 points, Mike's right behind him with 83. And then you have a big jump. He has Shitty at third with 64 points, and then me at fourth with 61. And closing out our top five is Cardinals user Jeff and Jaguars user Noski, both tied at 49 points, tied for fifth. And if we go down to the end, besides the CPU teams, we have Bezo in last place with 7 points. And then we have a 3-way tie for second to last between Hustler, the Broncos user, Ro, the Steelers user, and D, the Rams user. So, what's your guys' big takeaways taking a look at this?
Man, that Cowboys, man. I feel like it's a broken topic. Like, god damn, man. How the fall off was massive, man. West Star got more points than him.
I guess the
I
Commanders
I
user
just,
gamer tag names updated too. Go ahead.
I just, and I thought I thought the NFC East was just gonna be crazy, man. It was supposed to be a super division, man. That's what the streets were calling it, man. A super division. And man, we just kind of dropped the ball. As a division, we dropped the ball. Made the haters made the haters right.
I think something that's really interesting to me is that we have 6 teams all in the 40 points range. So there could be a lot of, moving around this last season depending on how everything goes with those users.
Yeah, like that upper middle section. Yeah, no, I didn't say upper. I'm gonna just say upper. A lot of moving. Every
Like a
game matter, man.
75 percentile kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, like every game matter. It used to be shit wouldn't matter to now. Like the last season, but now, man, get your points while you can. Can't be taking games off, man. You need every point matters when people that right there on your neck.
What's your takeaways, Willie? You got anything?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here doing the math for myself, man. Seeing where I'm at, seeing who I gotta jump.
Oh, you planning ahead, man? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm over here plotting, man. So
You,
now,
you're
I'm
closing
trying to
out
see if
the top 14.
yeah, I'm right there at the number 14 spot, so got Texas
Man,
right there on
you
my
was
heel.
you was over there shitting on Insane, man. I think Insane above you, man. You're talking that shit.
I mean, it's easy over there in the NFC, man.
Well, just say the West, man.
I
You gotta be
mean,
more specific. You gotta say the NFC West.
CJ might be
Yeah.
above you too, because like his totals are going to be based off averages, so he'll probably have a big change because he
See,
joined the
that's
middle of the
crazy.
Madden. Both him
Well,
and
yeah,
Todd were.
he joined like in the fucking late stages of the shit. So yeah.
Yeah, so him and Todd will both have some movement. I expect it to be positive for both of them. We'll
Shit,
see.
Todd ain't about to, man. Not after what he just did last season, man. Todd not going nowhere. Todd gonna be right where he at, man. Nice and comfortable where he at.
So, gonna be interesting to see how things shake out this final season. Who's gonna be number one, Trill or Mike? I mean, they're neck and neck, 85, 83 points. So, and then it'll be interesting to see that
Yeah,
race for third place between me and Shitty.
indeed. Yeah, man. You and Shitty right neck and neck. I think like the top four probably locked in at the moment. I think we could
Yeah,
say top four. Just about the order of the four.
yeah. I'd say it's gonna be 1 and 2 could switch, and 3 and 4 could switch. Put it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
And then we'll see what happens. I mean, like there could be a lot of movement with those lower teams too. If somebody has like a great final season, you know what I mean? So you never know. Like say if like
Yeah,
Red or Wood or Ron, somebody has a good season, make the playoffs, maybe win a ball game, like they could jump up a decent amount. You know what I mean? So you never know.
yeah. I guess the discrepancy isn't that massive between those type of users, the Rons of the world. Like you can make a nice size jump if you have a good season. I guess that's just the beauty of it, man. Just take one good season, you can make a massive jump.
Yeah, so a lot of movement that could happen this final year. So my question for you guys is, as we're entering the final season, like obviously there's still a lot to happen, this off season in real life, but like looking ahead, like what are maybe like the top 5 teams in both the AFC and NFC? I think maybe we could start off the AFC, and I think some of the easiest names to cross off the list would probably be the Ravens and Chiefs, are probably 2 of the top teams in the AFC.
I don't know if I would say the Chiefs, man. I mean, I know they got Kenneth Walker, but that team getting old, man. Real old. Pat Mahomes gonna start regressing. Chris Jones gonna retire. Kelsey about to retire. I mean, you got Worthy. I mean, you're gonna have Worthy, K9. They traded McDuffie. I think the Chargers would actually end up going before the Chiefs go. In my humble opinion, anyways.
Depends on how badly somebody wants Mahomes, and I mean, I'm sure people would love him Worthy. Chargers
Yeah,
are
I saw
definitely
what
some
one
teams,
user,
man.
man. I saw what one user did with Mahomes, man. Fucking shit, man. He was a normal. I saw what one person did with him.
I think the Texans are a top team.
Yeah,
Was it
I
just
think
with that
within that
defense?
division, just within that division, maybe. 'Cause that defense is nasty. That defense is nasty. But I mean, I also like Jacksonville too.
Jacksonville is definitely really nice, especially Brian Thomas. Presuming he's still on the team, and you still got
Yeah,
Travis
Trav.
Etienne,
You got Trav, T-Law.
Battelle.
Yeah, you got Josh Allen Hines. I mean, it's that Jags team gonna be nice. I The Texans probably would go before the Jags, but I wouldn't be surprised. And
Patriots would be
then
nice.
yeah, man, but we got a fake fan. Got a fake fan alert. Mister, I'm gonna be the Patriots and went to the Ravens. He said the team not good enough yet, but and I think now, well, we is yet to be seen. But the way that team's constructed now, if you don't pick him now, man, he just I don't know what to say. You might as well just pack it up, man. Leave Massachusetts, go move somewhere else.
Do you think the Bengals are higher side team now that they have Dexter Lawrence, or is that really not moving the needle?
Dexter is like what? Dexter 28, I think.
So you're
I
probably gonna
think
get at least
it
what, 3
helps.
seasons?
Yeah, I think you could get 3 seasons, quality seasons out of him. I mean, you got T. Higgins and Jamara Burrow. But Chase Brown, I think Chase Brown's still there.
Yeah, Chase Brown's nice. I think the only thing that sucks with Burrow is just his throw power. Unless they move it
Yeah,
up a little
man,
bit, it's probably gonna be like
got that noodle
89.
arm. Get that noodle arm.
But
The
they got the
Bengals.
fast corners. And so if we were to, in no particular order, do 5, who would that be? Willie, you have any input on the AFC?
Ain't got shit to say about the AFC, man.
You talking about for next Madden?
Yeah,
Yeah,
best teams
the
in the AFC,
top
top
team
5.
in the AFC.
I mean, of course, it's going to be the Ravens. I think the Bengals are a step up with Ed and D Law. Um, uh, Texans. I don't know about the Texans. I think the Jaguars probably be the one in that division as well. They'll probably be like the fifth best. Well, yeah, Chief Chargers. I like the Chargers prospects over the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are still a top team to start with, despite the age. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much how it goes.
So maybe
Uh,
final five. Go ahead, Will.
you could always say that the Bills could be a sleeper,
Yeah,
but
that's fair. Even if Josh Allen's 30, so I think maybe a final five would probably be Baltimore, New England, Jaguars, and then
Yeah,
those final two, Chargers, and then for that fifth spot, maybe call it a tie
you could
between the
put
Bengals and Chiefs.
yeah, yeah. I think you split that up, yeah, between them two.
And I take
And
a look
then
at the
you
NFC. It's it's interesting, the NFC. I personally, you can call me crazy, but I think the Giants are top team.
yeah, okay. I don't know what you over there smoking crack, ain't you, man?
I
Shit.
mean, young quarterback.
Um,
I
I
mean,
mean, they a young
neighbors.
quarterback. I know they got Malik and who they get Arvell. I know they got Arvell and then that tackle from Miami.
You
I
get
mean,
Brian Burns still. You got to start off with a maxed out head coach.
I don't know if I would call him the top like a sleeper. Give me. I say sleeper team. I wouldn't say top team.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
still think the Eagles. I still think the Eagles are better than them by a decent margin.
I'd say Eagles, Lions, and Bears. I think I'd have those in my top five.
Yeah, Eagles, Lions, Bears, Seahawks. Well, I don't know. Seahawks might not be the best Madden roster. I think so. I don't know if I say Seahawks.
I think I agree with that.
No, I
Maybe
don't know.
I don't know if I want to say Green Bay or not. It depends on someone really like Jordan Love.
I mean, you still got Micah. You got Micah. You got McKinney, Love,
Christian
Jacobs,
Watson.
Watson.
Well, we'll see what
Not a
happens with
bad.
Josh Jacobs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shouldn't even said his name, man. But yeah, NFC is a little different than the AFC. I don't. I guess naturally, I just the AFC just always gonna have more talent in the NFC.
What about the Bucks?
Man, you could just wash that whole division away, man. That
I
whole
think
division,
Atlanta's
you
a
just wash
fun
that shit out.
team.
I
Bijan.
mean, you could have a fun team. It's cool to have a fun team, but you could just wash that division.
Cardinals might be a sleeper.
Hell
Jeremiah
no.
Love, Marvin Harrison.
On paper, man, you got two young guys, and then you realize, hey, who they draft? Carson? Wasn't it Carson Beck? They drafted one of those fucking
Yeah, they
trash
drafted Carson
ass.
back because John or
Yeah,
Jacoby Brissett's holding out.
yeah, they
That
drafted one
describes
of
the
those
state of that
overrated
franchise.
quarterbacks. Yeah, that shit cooked.
So Philly, Detroit, Chicago, and if we had to close out that top five,
Man,
maybe Green Bay and Washington.
Washington is. I would take the Seahawks over Washington if you're talking. I don't know about all that.
You get Jaden Daniels.
I mean, Jane Daniels, that's cool. But I mean, they really don't got a lot going on. I mean, Scary Terry like 28, 29. They really don't got that much going on if you really look at that.
Some Styles. I think this is the tough thing with the NFC is because you either have a mid team or a good real life team that's not good in Madden because all the players are older. At least like in franchise.
Either older, they're just not as athletic. And they don't got the speed. And maybe the Rams. I mean, the Rams with that defense.
Yeah, and somebody could
And
develop
then
Bryce
they
Simpson.
drafted, yeah, Simpson. So, I mean, I'd probably say the Rams than the Commanders.
That's fair.
And they just got McDuffie too. So
Yeah. And you get Jared Verse.
Jared Verse. Yeah, give me the Rams in 4, man.
So Eagles, Lions, Bears, Rams. And then I guess whoever for 5th. I mean, it
Man,
depends on the person.
and just put a fucking question mark for 5th, man. Like what it's a wild card spot.
Depends on what the person's thinking, what they want.
Yeah. You chalk that shit up.
Mm-hmm. All right. So our next segment, as we go into this final season, year 4, let's hear what everybody's hot takes are as we go into this final season. Willie, I'm going to let you have the first stab at everything.
I don't really have a hot take. I just forgot to ask Ro about the 4th down thing. So my thing would be should allow forfeit inches from your
That's
own 30
a
on.
different segment.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Hot take. I mean, you know me like stirring up shit, man. You don't got a hot take.
Nah, man. I don't really have nothing hot right now. You know.
You don't got nothing in the oven. You just
Nah, man. No, I don't really got nothing hot right now. Everything's cool over here. I've
I
been
hear
trying.
that, man.
I've been trying to keep it. Been trying to keep it peaceful. You know.
Somebody just gotta piss him off, man. That's all. That's all. Somebody piss him off. Then he got fucking a million hot takes he gotta say. He's gotta piss him off first.
That's fair.
Yeah. Let's see. Last time we did hot takes, I said CJ was making the conference. He fucking, he did play Mike though, but he lost in wild card. So, I don't think I was cooking that well with that take.
I said Bayern was going to make conference.
Shit, man, is Byron okay after that game he played today though, man? Is he all right?
Oh yeah, I'm just noticing that score.
What happened?
Shit, Car got the fucking belt out on him.
Uh,
Put up 80 on him. Like
80
shit.
bird.
Yeah,
80
Car,
80 to
yeah.
28.
Here's my
Man,
hot
Car,
take.
you still tier 4 though, Car, but you can go ahead, man.
Trey Dean's going to make the playoffs this year.
Get the fuck out, man. See, man, I know we said hot takes, but come on, man. Come on. That's not even a hot take, man. I don't even know what you could call that.
He's going to make the playoffs at 9-8.
Oh, man, I don't know what you gonna call that, but that's crazy if you think that.
He probably
You
would get
know,
it
but
last year if he hadn't had to go on vacation.
it's fucking possible.
I'm not saying it's not possible. That's not what I'm saying. It's just not likely. It's just not likely is my point.
What you mean it's not like look at that division?
What the division got to do with anything? He not winning the fucking East.
Who gonna beat him?
Shit, freaking Ron got him. Man, Ron smoking on Trey.
I don't know.
You don't think Ron smoking on Trey?
I would normally say that, but after watching the last time they play, I don't know.
Yeah, crazy talking, man. That nigga not making no damn playoffs, man. Enjoy his 7-win season and keep that shit pushing.
Damn, you only got Trey for 7 this season.
He could squeeze 8. I know his schedule not gonna be that hard, but give him 8. Since Willie asked, I'll give him 8.
I mean, it has a moment where he'll get real work on the schedule.
I haven't seen the schedule, man, but if he proved me wrong, I'd be like, man, good shit. Nigga, congrats on making the playoffs. If you prove
I
me
mean, but
wrong.
losing in a row ain't a good prospect.
Yeah, that's not yeah. Yeah, especially you just lost the road, man. How the hell you gonna say some shit like that?
Plenty of season left, man.
It's definitely a lot of season left.
What's your guys' hot takes? I got a couple more in my mind, but I'm interested to see what you guys have to say.
I mean, see, it's tough to say because the NFC is kind of consistent of where we at. Because at the end of the day, once that divisional round hits, man, it's gonna be me, Raven, Car, and Jeff, man. That's what it is at this point. Once the divisional hit, that's just gonna be the four. Nobody has shown that they want to take that mantle, and try to beat one of us four. And I still don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think anybody in the NFC got that type of smoke.
They don't. It's light.
Hey man, watch out! Like the AFC that much better. Like y'all niggas got a whole bunch of smoke. Man, hell, man, watch out with that.
We got tons of smoke for y'all.
Hell nah. Capping like shit, man. Y'all niggas is not like that.
All right.
Y'all deeper. I mean, sure, man. Y'all give y'all that. But y'all niggas not fucking some menaces or nothing like that. I like y'all got a bunch of King Vons or some shit. It ain't like that.
Man, we be terrorizing y'all.
Here's another
Who's
take.
y'all, nigga?
Who's
y'all, man?
Boy's gonna have a bounce back season and make the playoffs.
I mean, that's a better take. Nah, but who's y'all though, Willie?
The NFC.
Okay.
The NFC, man.
Okay. Crazy. You gotta put names, man. You can't just be saying conferences like that, man. You gotta actually put a
I mean,
name.
it's always excluding you, but the rest of that conference, man, is light.
Car just put an 80 bomb on your boy, man.
Yeah, that's Byron, but like y'all said, like we seeing Byron regress.
Shit, he probably played that division. He probably played that division, man. So he might
You
get
know what?
shitty at.
You
He
know
might
what?
get shitty at 80. He might get shitty at 80 bomb too.
Here's my here. I like to see it. I like this. I love to see it. But here's my hot take.
But I say some bullshit, man.
No, never mind. Go ahead, man.
Nah, man, Mr. Hot Take, man. I see he's had to get you going, I guess,
No,
man.
see, no. You tried to get me. No,
Nah, man, it clearly had something to do with the NFC, is what it sounds like. You gotta say some bullshit about the NFC. But
no,
I'm here, man. I'm
y'all
here
good.
I'm not good, man. I'm not good.
Y'all
What's
good.
up?
But like I said, y'all only 4 deep over there.
Again, yeah, Car about that West looking mighty sweet for Car, man. He just dropped the 80 bomb on your boy, man. Shitty, better be careful. He might he might get a nice little 70 burger.
Nah, that all
Little
man
man,
effort.
little man not going.
No, that all man effort would keep it close.
Shit ain't keep it close last year when I fucking put 70 on him.
I mean, but that's you.
I'm also saying, man, they got anybody get done dirty. Shit, I could get done dirty. Anybody get done dirty.
Here's another take. NFC North and 3 teams in the playoffs this year. Me, Todd, and Wood.
Brother, that's worse than trading, bro. Get the fuck out of my face.
Wow.
Man. That's worse. Nigga, didn't Todd just have like 6 wins?
He wasn't locked in.
But didn't Boogie have a better record than him, man? Man, go sit down with that bullshit, bro. Enjoy your 2 teams. Enjoy you and Wood. It's gonna be you and Wood or you and Todd. Y'all not getting 3. I don't care how bad supposedly the NFC is. That shit cooked.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That ain't happening.
The wildcard teams are going to be Todd, Wood, and Trey Dean.
Well, that's bullshit, man. Because fucking Tony's getting his fucking government mandated 6 seed, so we know that's not happening.
Yeah, Insane can make
Fucking
playoffs. That's true.
Tony's gonna get his locked in 6 seed. Insane gonna play his fucking bottom dweller bums in his division and sneak into the playoffs, and then then Wood or Todd's gonna get them one. It's gonna be like that. It's just been like that this whole time. Shit not gonna switch now.
I mean, I don't know. Insane lost to Rock.
I mean, yeah, he did lose the
I
Rock.
mean, he can lose to anybody now.
Any chance Rock makes the playoffs? It's a
No,
question. That might take. That's just a question.
Just
no, I don't think so. I don't think he can string together that many wins.
I mean, nigga, you only beat Insane anyways, man. What you talking about here, man?
Right.
Man, wake me up when he actually beats a contender, man. Wake me up when that happens. Then we could talk about it.
Damn, Insane. Yeah, Insane 0-2 now, so we don't know. I don't know, man.
Who you guys think's gonna have a better season, Joe or D?
Joe by a mile. Joe better than D.
I agree.
Fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about D anymore, man. It's like it's been years now. I don't know what he needs to do to turn it around, but god damn, nigga, fucking suck. Like, I don't know what needs to change. Again, that Hustler 2-0 though. I know y'all see Hustler at 2-0. Man, y'all see that?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
That's shocking.
shout out Hustler 2-0.
I think he's been playing a lot
Yeah.
Madden because I think I haven't watched him, but I've got notifications of him having stream games in the leagues. But one of his wins this season is against the CPU, so let's note that. But
Hating
he beat Spaz by
ass.
10.
Hating
He's
ass.
about to
Oh,
be 3-0 because he has the CPU this week as well.
okay, good information, Raven. Good information.
Dang, couldn't let him have his moment, man. I see how y'all
That's not
moving.
what I was doing. I'm just
Well, I mean, you can give him the moment because you can say he beat Spaz, so that kind of leads into some other talk.
That leads to,
the
that leads
CPUs.
in
I'm not
he
talking
only
about anything bad about
he only beats Spaz. That's what he about to say.
I
He
was
only
saying that
beats
because
Spaz.
he had a CPU week 1. That's what's going on too. He has West Dog week 4, so depending on that game goes, he could start 4-0.
Yeah, man. Who we play next after that, man?
Byron.
Man.
Byron
But
shitty
Byron's been
thumb.
off his game. He been off his game though, man. We just said Byron been off. You never know. Any given Sunday.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, how crazy really could that be, man? Any given Sunday at that point. Byron really not on firing on all cylinders, man. That's how you get caught sleeping. But
Spaz said, if there was ever a game that showed we need ball hawk, it was my game against Hustler. He threw Hail Marys into triple coverage all game.
yeah, man, getting away with it. Sometimes you just throw Stevies and you get away with it.
That's what happens when you have Nick Harbor.
Shit, he's not even a superstar yet. It's been like 3 seasons now.
I thought he started off as a superstar.
Nah, he was a star. He starts as a star and he has been a star. He's not even at 99 yet. And he a
Yeah,
primary
hostage.
target. He's
Yeah,
his primary target and he not a 99 yet.
yeah.
That just goes in the goddamn man, that goes into a separate category. Like, goddamn, what are you doing?
You guys have any more hot takes, or should we move on to the next segment?
Yeah, we should move on.
Yeah.
So our next discussion that we're going to have is a new tier. So Trill, you want to give some preface to this conversation we're about to have?
Yes, after the last tier list that we did, there was a whole lot of chatter about the tier 4, tier 4 in particular, because we have a lot of people in tier 4. So I guess naturally there is kind of a divide between like who's really the better out of tier 4 and who's kind of the worst out of tier 4. So now we're gonna add a tier. So all tier 5s are being transferred to tier 6, man. So any tier 5s who think maybe I could I jump in, then nah, man, y'all tier 6. So enjoy that tier 6. So now we're gonna have a discussion about which tier 4s need to be moved to the back of the bus, man. Who need to be moved to tier 5?
I think I might have pulled the wrong slide then because I think I pulled the tier 5 slide. So let me pull up the tier 4. Yeah,
Does you need me to just get the name them off? Or did you gonna actually find the slide?
I'm gonna actually find the slide. I have it right here. I just gotta move it over. I'll just pull this one document. See how this looks in the documents. So I just pulled over the old PowerPoint. So this is the last updated tier 4. So the users that we had in tier 4 are Byron, Willie, Insane, Wood, Tony, Noski, Ron, Red, CJ, Weststocks, Baz, and M-Wood. So that gives us what? 3, 5, 6, 9, 12. That gives us 13 users. So maybe like 6 or 7 need to be moved into this new tier.
Mate, we'll see. I don't know if it's that many that need to be dropped. But that's what we can have a discussion about it, man. So I mean, we just gonna go down the list, really. So first we got our boy Byron. Now, me personally, I think he could stay. Personally, I know he looking mighty suspect, but I don't see a reason why he should be tier 5. Personally, I don't know what y'all feel.
I agree. I think he should stay in tier 4. But you got to keep an eye out on him. He's definitely trending towards possible, but I don't think it's that. I don't think he's really on the hot seat for it yet. It's getting warm, but not hot.
Yeah, because I mean he's still making the playoffs. So I mean I can't, even though he one and done in, I don't think a consistent playoff user should warrant hitting this tier 5.
Right.
So yeah, he could stay tier 4.
I agree
I
with that.
mean,
Sorry, I had to go take a piss. uh, no, I think you said it perfectly true. Even though he's been one and done, he has made the playoffs consistently, and he could still play at a high level. So I don't think he should be kicked out yet either.
and then, man, then next we got our boy Ill Will. It's a hot topic. Ill Will, man. A lot of people think you deserve to be in the bottom, man.
That's crazy.
People said I've beaten him.
People like who?
Hey, man, if they wanna out themselves, they are well welcome to speak their minds.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd say you could stay. But I'm at the same breath though, man. I'm gonna need some at least some playoff appearances out of you though, man. You
I
got
think
some
Willie should stay
consistency. I
too,
need to see some.
but he
I
has a
need some
shorter leash than
consistency out of
Byron.
you, man. You definitely got a shorter lease than Byron, man. I need some I know you be having your rhyme and reason to what you do. I understand that, But hey, if you want to stay tier 4, I need some consistency out of you. That's what I need.
Hey, okay. All right. What about you, Raven?
No, I agree. Like I said, I think you should stay, but I think you have a shorter leash than Byron. Uh, you're able to play with those users like at that level. You have made the playoffs before, so like I don't think you should necessarily be taken out of the tier. I mean, you made the playoffs what 2 out of 3 seasons, or have you missed it twice?
I missed it twice.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. I
treading
need some
some
consistency,
murky
man.
waters, but
First one was intentional.
That's what I'm saying. Like I understand you had your rhyme and reasons,
Right.
but I
But I
mean,
mean,
yeah, but yeah,
last season I lost to all playoff users. You know, I got to lock in for them games. I got to do better. You know what I'm saying? So one of those wins would have had me in the dance. You know, with a chance. But you know, like I got to win those games. But I would say that I would be a tier 4 user. I don't think it would be really threatening for me to be a tier 5 user because I think as we go down the list, we'll see why certain guys are being moved down to tier 5. So I don't think I qualify.
can I be honest with you guys? You can maybe argue about Wood, but I feel like everybody in this top section should honestly be in tier 4.
now I know Insane's your boy and everything.
But he's made playoffs.
But see, that's what that was gonna be. That's about to be my point. We might have to make an exception for that playoff thing with him, based on his division and
True.
what he does outside of those divisional games, or how he plays outside of divisional games.
I mean, he's frequently made playoffs in other divisions he's been in, like when he had the Browns in the AFC
We
North.
we 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 are talking about this man, Raven.
Yeah, this man.
We are talking about this man. He's in one of the worst divisions in Pro League history, and he squeaky year one. I think he won the division year one over Jeff.
Yeah, he won the
Then
division year 1.
yeah, year 2 and 3 has been real murky, this to say the least, about what's going on out there. And
Do you think though that Wood is that much higher than Insane?
I think
Mm,
Wood almost has an excuse. Wood has an excuse more than what Insane got. But even then, I don't think Wood is like locked in tier 4 either. So that's not really changing. Right? And they both murky. I think Insane is really murky though.
We could
I
throw him
think
in
he a
tier
product of the
5, but
system.
he's upper tier 5.
I mean, you give him that. Yeah, man. Out of all the marginally better users, you the best of them.
Spanish. I mean, we can
Yeah,
all
you
agree Noshi's definitely in tier 4.
Noski tier 3
I
in my
agree. I
humble,
wouldn't argue with
but
that.
we're not. But we just talking about fours moving down. But I will say I do think Noski should be tier 3 at this point, and
I agree.
based on what he's done this man.
I agree. Especially fresh off our conference championship appearance.
Yeah, Tony is Tony, man. We know Tony, his government mandated playoff appearance just to lose in the wild card, man. We know what he's tier 4, but we just know what he is, man.
The Tony C low.
Yeah, that's the Tony C, and the Tony C. We need to make a Tony C rule or something, man. That shit is,
Subsection code 6.
yeah, fucking help him out, dude. Gotta give him a fucking PPP loan for the playoffs or something, man. That shit is crazy. We just every season, even beyond this man, every man, wild card and done every time. Yeah, then you gotta switch it up. Somebody switch the formula up, man. Miss the playoffs every once in a while, man. Give someone else a chance.
So, well, instead of trying to figure out who's tier, let's talk about who's clearly should be going to tier 5.
Shit, this bottom half right here, man, they got a lot of names that they know who they are. Cause fucking Ron, he got the Eagles and stinking them bitches up, man. He need to be tier 5. I know he might be upper tier 5, man. Like Raven said, man. You know, since it's an upper part, I guess.
Just to be clear,
But
the top half, Insane's the only person we're sending to tier 5.
I mean, I'd say so, and fucking Wood is right there.
Because I kind of feel
Wood's
like
at the
maybe we should move Wood too.
I think it's debate. I think it could be talked about. It's definitely they're on. I'm on the fence with it.
Because like you said, he has
about
big
what?
skews, but
About Wood or about Insane?
About both. I think they both might be tier 5, but I don't know.
I think Wood's the better user between the two, but on a consistent basis.
I mean, just individually, I think they both might be down there, but then again, I don't know. I mean, they don't like necessarily whoop nobody ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just like are decent users.
I think they're both better than Tony.
Okay. Nah, I know I'll be shitting on Tony, man, but I can at least I can at least get a playoff appearance out of Tony. I could get a 10-win season out of Tony. I can at least get that. You can say what you will, but I can expect a 10-win season.
And Tony
I
does have the
can't
consistency. So
I
I
can't
think
expect that out of Insane and Wood.
Insane and Wood should be tier 5.
Yeah, and the Insane just lost to Rock, man. Like, come on, yo. Can't be losing games like that.
Yeah, man, that's a crazy L on the resume, man.
Yeah. So yeah, he tier 5, man.
What's your thoughts on Wood, Willie?
Wood's one of those that's teetered that line for me. Um, I guess I would lean tier 5.
So looking
I
at the
would
top.
almost lean.
Go ahead.
I would lean him tier 5 too.
So Byron tier 4, Willie tier 4, Insane tier 5, Wood tier 5, Tony tier 4, Noski tier 4, but really tier 3.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like it, man.
And I
So
agree
we
the
go
bottom half's a lot more debatable.
Ron tier 5, Red. Where we put Red at?
I'm gonna go tier 5. Has Red made the playoffs this
I
season?
would. Nah, he hasn't.
Yeah.
No. Tier
Yeah,
5.
He's just
I
too
hate to say
inconsistent.
it, man. Yeah, just the inconsistencies, man. Hate to say it, but yeah, I think if he got to be more consistent, he at least makes the playoffs at least once every man. And it's not even looking good. This man with Noski and CJ, not looking good.
Yeah. And then Red doesn't want to have to, what was that? He don't want to have to invest any energy
He
into
don't want to
playing.
stress, man. He don't want to stress
Yeah, he don't
out.
want to stress. Yeah, he don't want to stress.
Stress-free football. That was funny when he said that. CJ, I think CJ's tier 4.
Yeah, CJ's a solid tier 4.
He said he snitched on his only chance. Rest Bass said he snitched on his only chance to make the playoffs. Yeah, because when he snitched on Beezy, he said, "Yeah, I agree though with that." With CJ, yeah, CJ tier 4, and I also agree if he didn't, CJ wouldn't even be here if Red didn't snitch.
CJ would probably be the Commanders.
I guess that's true. Shit, man, that'd have been great if he was the Commanders, man. I show him how we get down in New Jersey, man.
West Dog.
Man, his magic gone, man. Drop him down, man. He lost his magic. He had his
Yeah.
insanity. He had his insanity run, man. Back to reality, man.
Yep, Cinderella lost her shoe.
Spaz.
Boy
Man,
to the five. That boy to the
get,
five.
get that tier 5.
I agree.
He's shown a
Spaz
little
says he's tier
improvement.
6.
That says he's tier 6.
Yeah.
Damn, that's rough.
I mean, he did just lose the hustler, so I mean, I guess that.
Yeah, that's a rough one, man. Like, I don't know. Presenting our division well.
I think Spaz is good enough to get to like 7, 8 wins every once in a while. Like, and he could make a playoffs. He has done it before, but I think tier 5 is a fair spot for him at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He said upper tier 6. I think Mboy's tier 4.
Yeah, man.
It's a close one, but
Mr. One playoff appearance. Get his tier 4 on, man. I keep him tier 4.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's tier 4.
it
You
drives
know,
me
he can
nuts.
rumble with the best.
It drives me nuts because Mboy can beat anybody. He'll also lose to anybody. I don't get it.
Yeah, he definitely do.
Spaz said Moy not tier 4. Why would what would make him tier 5? I mean, he got a playoff appearance and he beat Byron? And then he lost to I think he lost to Shitty. Either Shitty or Mike.
I think it was Mike.
So I mean he got a playoff win. Some of these tier 4s don't even got a playoff win. So I mean, yeah, what makes him tier 4? He had a nice playoff win. He could consistently have at least 8 wins, maybe. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about the AFC like that, but I think he get 8 or 9 wins. I would think. He got a better resume than some of the people we got in tier 4 right now.
We don't care that you don't care about the AFC. Like, that's a given. We don't expect you to care. All right, so you can keep that to yourself.
About what?
Whatever you got to say about the AFC, any type of slights you got
I
for the
didn't think he was
AFC.
about to say anything. I mean,
I
I'm
ain't
sure he has
slight
something to
y'all.
say.
I ain't slight y'all niggas, man. I just say I ain't really. I don't know much about y'all niggas, man.
You don't care about the AFC. Like, just watch it.
Man, act like y'all fucking different leagues or some shit, man. Y'all niggas ain't that
You know, if
special, bro.
We get ball on the
because you
NFC
didn't
completely.
Man, y'all ain't that fucking
because you
special
didn't do
now,
your
man.
job the AFC running things right now.
True.
Hey,
If
hold
he
on,
knows things,
man.
whatever conference
Fucking
Willie's in is always a better conference.
hold
AFC
on,
is running things right now.
man. Okay, man. Nah, Mike,
NFC is running things right now.
Nah,
You
Mike over there
remember the
running it,
intro? You
man.
remember the intro to the pod?
That's what Raven said. Don't ever fucking try to keep me. Don't put me on some shit Raven said. Don't do that. Raven said that. Raven said that bullshit. I ain't say that.
Man, we got the final
Here, do you
season
under the
left to
pod?
see what happens.
But right now, AFC is running things, man. So watch your mouth.
Still think
Man,
the
fuck the
NFC is a better
AFC, man. Fuck
conference.
about that. Yeah, man. Y'all niggas ain't that fucking special, man. He just don't fall for the propaganda. Niggas, I
So we got.
swear they think the AFC that
So
much
what
better.
about Todd?
Todd tier 4. I don't know. Todd says he said he didn't deserve to be tier 4. So I can't remember what he said. He's had one bad season. I'm that low of a tier. And he had a fucking terrible season, nigga. He ain't have a bad season.
Yeah, that was a terrible season.
And even if you did have a good season, you still be tier 4, nigga. You're not tier 3. Todd, when have you ever been fucking tier 3, nigga? This go beyond Madden. This Madden.
Beyond this, man, probably when he had the Colts.
Yeah, nigga. When have you ever
Undefeated
been
before tier
fucking?
3.
When have you ever been tier 3? So this shouldn't have been a surprise to you.
No, he might be tier 5. He got swept by Boogie.
that's that's a terrible season we talking about though. You know,
Right,
he
but
had a
you did at
terrible season.
any point you getting swept by Boogie, bro. Like, no, you light. You gotta go.
I know we brought it up before, but
Dang,
I still can't get over that season with two undefeated teams and they both lost their first playoff games.
that's crazy. He said I only played 2 mans with y'all. Yeah, nigga, in them 2 mans, nigga, you wasn't tier 3. So I don't know. I'm just curious on why you surprised that you're tier 4. Yeah, I mean, if you could give me a valid reason why you should be tier 3, I'm all ears. Because I mean, shit, really think you tier 5.
You can't be getting swept by Boogie, bro. I'm sorry.
Who you
It's
think, Cheryl?
certain
You putting him in tier
users you
4?
can't struggle with.
What Raven?
You putting him in tier 4?
Oh, man. I mean, really got a valid point though, man. I said tier 4, but man, Willie do he is valid in that. He did just get swept by Boogie. That's crazy. Fucking Boogie had a better record than you, man.
Yeah, like you can't be going to them type of lows.
Yeah, you can have a bad season, but you can't have that bad. You can't have that bad of a
A
season.
bad season, I would say, is like 2 wins away from a playoff spot. Like 2, 3 wins away from playoff spot. When you 4 or 5 plus, like that's terrible.
Yeah, man, he could even just snuck a game on you. I mean, he ain't sneaking no game on me. But shit, he could even just snuck one game, but nah, to get the broom out. The broom is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey,
Damn.
Boogie is the Bears. Boogie down Bears. Said he was giving out forced wins. I don't know about that, Chief.
He said,
Oh, yeah, he was the Colts when I had the Cardinals.
man, he's saying it was the forced losses. It was new, man. Fucking that just look bad on the resume to say you tier 4 and fucking Boogie got you twice. That just look bad on the resume, man. You know, man. I'd almost say put him tier 5, and he got to show me something, man. You gotta prove he belong in tier 4. Cause shit, you and him play, don't you, Raven? Y'all play.
You know, we playing now.
See, but I can't make y'all the measurement game, but you know, and keep it competitive, man. We can have a conversation about it, man.
He's good.
You
He's
know,
had plenty of competitive games against me. Even though I've swept him every season, we've had plenty of competitive games.
yeah, man. You know, keep it competitive. We can have a conversation.
I think I only have one loss in the NFC North, and that's when Wood beat me. I think it was like Christmas time when I was back home with my parents.
Let's see what chat.
All right. So final tier 4 users are Byron, Willie, Tony, Noski, CJ, M. Todd. So those 7. And the final tier 5 users are Insane, Wood, Ron, Red, Westog, and Spaz. The 6 users. We in agreement on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hoping spark somebody to, get a little fired up and start knocking some heads off.
Man, that's a tough ass though, Willie. Man, it's a tough ass, man. Some niggas just okay with being sorry.
Yeah, I guess. But no, some of those guys down there actually, they showed their glimpses.
Yeah, that'd be the crazy part though, man. I mean, but I guess that's just consistency. I think everybody, even on the original tier 4, everybody had their moment. Everybody had their spark.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, well, I can't speak on the origin, like the tier 6s. I can't speak on the tier 6s. I don't think any of them really had any sparks. Maybe Rock, but that was for the reset season. He had a spark during that reset season.
All right. Any thoughts, or should we move on to our next segment?
Shit, I'm ready, man, for the
I
next
think we,
one.
yeah, I think we're good to move along.
Let me move back to our other PowerPoint. All right. So, as we all know, this is the final season of Madden 26. We'll be heading to Madden 27, going to the next Madden. So, out to Caleb Williams, this year's cover athlete. And I guess like the topic that we want to talk about, and we kind of had some discussion earlier with the ball hawk conversation, but like some changes that we'd like to see for the league next Madden. And I'm sure we all have a couple of ideas. We don't have to necessarily spend a lot of time on every single idea. Some can just be dropped it, just have it out there. And I'll get started. So I know there's been a conversation like people want every single league game streams. I'm okay with that. Even if we don't get that, maybe something that kind of moves to the next segment is that every single divisional game should be streamed. So like every opponent, if you're in AFC North, all your AFC North games will be streamed. Something of that sort. So that's like an idea I have.
Not a bad idea, but then you got divisions like the NFC West. So like it's almost like at that point, man, you might as well stream every game if you got stuck in a division like that.
Yeah, but I figured it'd be like a bridge slowly trending towards
And
that way if
it's
we
an
ever get it.
idea, yeah, a middle ground. You could say it's just like a middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get the ball rolling to eventually getting all these games to be stream games. Maybe it might cause some new rivalries or something, man. You never know. No, no, not a lot of rivalries going on in the Pro League these days.
And then
Been,
if
been
Yeah,
a
if you
lot of
hear
good
some
idea.
already.
ideas, feel free to share them. But I already have another one I'm ready to rip.
You could rip it.
So my other one is, and if Jeff Bengals is still watching this, he might like this one, is favorite team election. And so when I say this is almost everybody in the league has their favorite team in real life. Maybe have a rule to where like if you get to your pick and your favorite team's still available, you can automatically get them regardless of whatever conference you're supposed to be in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then you lost me. Yeah. Bullshit. You might as well just grandfather everybody's favorite team at that rate, man.
Right. Yeah, I don't like it.
The
I
reason
mean,
why I only bring
I
this up is
understand. I
go ahead.
understand your point. I understand why you would say that. Like, I understand the point you're trying to make, but it's almost like you might as well just grandfather if you could just skip the reason why we have the NFC AFC in the first place. If you could just skip that shit and be like, nah, that's my favorite team. Let me get them.
Well, I mean, I feel like we comfortably know who most of everybody's favorite teams are. But say if like, because this has happened twice to Jeff Bengals user, where he's been like pick 8, 9, whatever, and the Eagles are still up there, but he can't swap nobody. Nobody wants to swap with him, and he's stuck not getting the Eagles. That's happened to him twice
Yeah.
already.
Man, tell that nigga get better, man. Simply tell him that. Tell him that. Tell him that for me,
And I'm
man.
going
If
to be
he's
trying to
still
wait, saying
here.
that I'm partly saying that too for me with the Ravens. If that happens to me with one of these times when I'm picking top 4.
Tell dang man, get in your bag then, man. Get in the lab and get right, so you can get a better pick have an opportunity, man. How about that?
And then another idea I have, I'll rip quickly. I have a few, but I'll say this one, then I'll let you guys stick with the 4. My last one is everybody has to create a custom head coach.
I thought that should just be a baseline almost. Man, that shouldn't even have to be a rule. That should just be the baseline. Like, yeah, you start joining the league, gotta use a custom coach. Because that does gives you an advantage like in year one. That gives you a massive advantage year one.
I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, people have advantages with picking their roster. So, I mean, yeah, picking the team. So, what's the difference with having a coach advantage?
Because I mean, it's the coaching abilities that's different. Because some abilities are unlocked to certain coaches compared to having a custom coach, to where you have to build. You have to build into your custom coach compared to having a max level or like a level 30, 20, whatever coach. It's completely different from the start of the season compared. I mean, once you get to the later seasons, it doesn't matter. But I think the early parts of year one and maybe slightly into year two, there is a advantage in that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I can see that side of it. But still, I would think that, you should still allow people to have the coaches that those teams come with the same as, I don't know. But I mean, open to the idea and, the discussion.
I mean,
It'd be cool, man,
Road
at a
talking.
setting where you could reset everybody's coaching level at least.
Yeah, man, I know niggas not picking teams just to be like, oh, let me go. I want this coach, my favorite coach. I mean, niggas not picking teams for coaches, but you can't say it doesn't matter at the same time. That doesn't matter the early parts.
No, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter. I'm just saying why take that away when, that's what the team comes equipped with.
Because it more about evening out the field. Like roster wise, yeah, there is gonna be discrepancies with the rosters. But I mean, man,
It took
you should know more than anybody how important coaching abilities are, how
No, I
valuable they are.
know. I
I'm
know,
not
but I don't think that's how you lead to even in the field.
I'm not trying to pick on him, but I think an example would be of Mike with the Ravens this year. He started off a maxed head coach with John Harbaugh, or practically maxed out head coach, whereas a lot of users would have to like play 2 seasons at least to be even close to that.
Shit, and you get six, and you get when you had the maxed out shit, he got six
Slots off rip.
slots unlock offer it. Shit, I'm a
Right.
custom coach. I had like fucking two or three, whatever this shit is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can't.
Well,
That's a massive though. That actually is a massive start when you have six slots compared to 2 to 3 with
And
a
that's like the
custom.
main reason why like I have that recommendation.
I mean, but that's for your guys. That's for anybody's choice to choose the custom coach, but you choose to then put yourself at that disadvantage. I don't think that then everybody else should be put at that disadvantage as well.
But it doesn't become a disadvantage if it's a league wide. If it's league wide, then it doesn't become a disadvantage if everybody's
Because
at that.
this league is the wild, wild west, man. It's just so much stuff is just open.
Yeah, there is a whole lot open. I would
A
just
whole
say
lot.
it would probably. I'm just saying it would balance out. Maybe not for the lower tier. I don't think the lower tier. I mean, they don't really take advantage of what's given to them. Most of them don't. But those middle tier, upper tier, even the upper tiers, going from a max to a custom, that early part, so year 1 and 2, that evens out. It's more balanced. You gotta build your coach. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to just fucking run up the score on niggas just to get your staffing points or whatever. It just balances it a little more.
Speaking of running points up, you're kind of talking about some stuff before the podcast. Do you want to talk about any of that, true?
What with the
Oh, yeah.
concede rule? You know, I know everybody in the league knows I've been hoed multiple times last season with the pulling of the plug and testing nat types and anything niggas could think of to get out
Get
of a
controller.
game. Yeah, the controller disconnected and I couldn't pick a play for 3 minutes. I couldn't pick a play. So I think we do need to simplify the way we have the concede rule. So me personally, I'm I'm not gonna bring up the other league, but I would say once we get to probably like 35 points in the fourth quarter, I would say that at that point a user can concede. He doesn't need permission from the other user to concede. He's like, man, I'm down 35 in the fourth. I'm gonna just concede. Let him have his three full quarters of his stats. So you really can't even complain if you're that person dogging on. Like I know Raven's a stat pattern, man. I know Raven wants all his stats or whatever, but I mean I don't really get blown out that much. So I can't from that perspective, I don't know.
And can I
But
ask you
just
something like a recommendation, maybe? What if we just made it to where if you're losing the fourth quarter, you can just quit whenever? That's coming
no,
from the guy that likes a stat pad.
I don't know about that. Cause I mean, I guess that's just the competitive side of me to say if I'm only down a touchdown, two touchdowns in the fourth, I
I
still
mean,
feel
even
like
three.
man, some shit could still is. It's like shit could happen. I could come back. So I would just say once you hit that 35, once it's like four possessions, you getting your dog walk. You just be like, all right, let me just concede the game. No harm, no foul. Because I mean, that's crazy. You got to ask another grown man for permission to leave a game. I think that's just crazy in its own right. Like if I'm getting fucking dog walked, I be like, can you please let me concede? And if a nigga say no, now I'm fucking stuck in the game I don't want to be in. So that's how niggas start becoming dickheads and be like, let me pull the plug and do all this extra shit. That's how it starts.
I agree from that sentiment. I agree from that sentiment. That yeah. Now, I think you just should come up with a threshold of what they can concede with so yeah, if it's 20, I would say yeah, four possessions, 28 points or more. Yeah, just let them go ahead and concede, but they gotta concede though.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying dashboard or nah. You got
Yeah,
concede.
they
You know,
gotta
Absolutely
concede
no
that.
dashboard.
concede the game, but
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, yeah, but if the chat has anything they think about that, they go type that. But then here's another one I got. The forfeit inches from your own 30 on, I think should be a thing, man. Because staying sometimes getting caught with these forfeit inches when you know damn well you can go for it. I don't really have an issue with the rest of the fourth down rules, but I just think we should open it up to forfeit inches is from your own 30 on.
and you know,
So I would like
Willie,
that being
I
discussed.
would honestly argue like if you did your 35 beyond, so basically, a starting point for a handful of possessions, maybe 4 from 3 or less from 30, your own 35 beyond. And the only reason why I say that is I think the game has evolved the last few years in real life where we're seeing teams be much more aggressive on fourth and shorts, regardless of where they're at in the field for the most part. I mean, like, it's not just Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. I feel like there's a lot of times where I've seen a team where it's like, it's 4 and 2, they know they're going to get to high powered offense. Like, they're willing to take the gamble. They trust their team to get the 2 yards. And so, like, I kind of agree with that. I think that I know, like, it's interesting the way we had the league because, like, if you get a stop, like, they have to punt. But I think it'd be really interesting to see people have that more free will of choice. Um, so maybe like the 35 and beyond, 4 from 3 and less, just comes into play. So that's my 2 cents. And then maybe had the forfeit inches
Well,
from the 30 to 35, I guess. But I feel like
I
that might
wouldn't
be
see a reason.
tough.
If it would be more to just do the 4th and 3 compared to the inches. It would just make more sense.
no, I don't like moving the 4-3 rule where I like where it is from the 50 and beyond. I like the tweak for the playoffs. I think what is it? You can go from what the 40 or something like that.
It's the 40. Yeah.
Yeah, for the play, I like that, but nah, for like regular season, nah, I like where the 4th and 3 rule is, but it's just 4 for inches on your side of the ball. I like that because this mat and like it's hard enough to stop people's offenses. So if you can make a defensive stop on somebody else's the other side of or the 40, I mean the 50, 4th and 3, 4, whatever. Like I think that's rewarded enough that you should get that punt. But 4 for inches, I think people should be allowed to go for that. It's debatable whether from the 30 or the 35, but I think it should be the 30. I think, that's reasonable, and not crazy to just automate. I mean, even at the 35, if you turn it over, that's an instant field goal also. So it's like the same thing. But yeah, I think 4 for inches should be the one. I love our standard 4th down rule as is, but just, extend it to that 4 for inches.
Can I ask you guys a question?
That's just my take.
Mhm.
Do you guys think in the fourth quarter or going to the second half, maybe 4th and 3 should be extended to 4th and 5?
Mm, no,
Yeah,
no,
I don't
no.
think.
You got to reward. You got to reward defense, and you got to make people go. 4 for 5 is too easy. That's too easy of an out to go for no, because there's still strategy with having that 4th and 3, and
For sure.
let's say you're at 37. You have strategy where you can say I can go for this in 2 plays. Just try to get to that 4th and 3 or whatever. Like there's strategy
Mhm.
involved. You make it 4th and 5, like that's too sweet.
Yeah, let me be clear. I was not suggesting that. I was just curious to hear you guys' thoughts. I was just off the dome, just curious to see what you guys think.
Got you, got you.
What about going forward in the fourth quarter if you're down at any point?
Right, yeah.
I kind of lean
I
towards
see.
maybe had something similar to that just because it's only 7-minute quarters.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the where we have it now, I think is reasonable.
Well, because it's
I
like
mean,
you
there
could
was a point for me in
four
the game
minutes.
where I was at 4th and 4, but it was the beginning of the 4th quarter, so I couldn't go for it. Had it been under
4 minutes.
4 minutes of the game, I would have been able to go for that. And it sucked because I was on his side of the ball. But it just is what it is. You know what I mean? But like I said, it just rewards defense. So you got to make the plays.
Okay, I hear that.
It was
Uh,
because, like I said, listen, man, it's already tough enough to stop the guys who have the really good, consistent offense. Like there's have won more often because y'all have more consistent offenses, or y'all able to make the adjustments or the quick plays and stuff like that. But if now you're going to say you're going to make it easier to convert now and like say 4th and 5, man, I'll be damned if I have to go to consistent 4th and 5s with you motherfuckers. It's enough that I got to stop you from getting to a 4th and 3. So yeah, don't make it easier for anybody to. Nah, I think the 4th and 3 where it is perfectly fine. I just think 4 for inches is reasonable enough to say you can go for that, on your own 50, on the own side of the 50.
mhm. Well, all right. Well, me and Spaz. Well, this is a while back. Me and Spaz talked about the NFC, AFC, like the alternating. If we stopped it at like what pick
Pick 14.
15, like 14, 15,
Yeah,
like the
after 14.
midway,
Mm.
we would do NFC, AFC for that top half, and then for the next half, you could pick whichever team you want to pick. You don't have to be
Ooh.
stuck being in a certain conference in the bottom half if you don't have to. I think that would help balance out the more bottom users from not being locked in on certain teams if they don't have to be. They're not stuck in the ASC, not stuck in the NFC. Just pick the best available team you want.
I like that idea. That's a nice twist.
Yeah, that's something we could talk about in the off-season meeting.
Mhm.
What's your guys' thoughts? Do you guys think any abilities such as like all Madden efforts should be banned?
Hell yeah. Ban that shit. Ban that
It's
shit.
almost. It's just the thing that it wasn't even a thing in Madden at first. They added it in. It wasn't a
Yeah, they had it
ability.
in like November or something like that.
I believe that's
I would
there's a
almost.
good number of guys that are all mad and effort. And I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah, but I would also say, well, yeah, I agree. Some niggas are kind of built off of having that plus speed, excel, strength, and all that.
The change of direction's huge.
But it don't yeah change your direction. But what about like stack? Just saying you can't stack all
Yeah,
Madden.
that's what I was getting ready to say. If we were gonna allow it, maybe you can only have it like equipped for one slot.
Cause I mean
That's reasonable.
that's something you could easily police, nigga. I could tell if a nigga got +2 speed or
Yeah,
whatever
you
to
can
his
see it on the
you
rosters.
could
Yeah,
see it, you could see it. So that's something easily you could police, stacking all Madden efforts.
Yeah, I think one is dual. Like 2 and 3, like increasing people's strength, like it's crazy, And I don't know if you noticed on the game, but like putting it in the weekly and you're equipping it, it adds +4 to your Russian offense. So like, and it doesn't mention anything about Russian offense as far as its abilities,
Well, I think
but
it's
it
because of the
shows up here.
strength. It's
and the change
probably
of
because
Ah,
direction.
okay, guys.
it's
Well,
strength and
yeah.
change of
But like
direction.
+9 change of direction is just crazy.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you're just making everybody all of a sudden the greatest athletes on the planet, and it doesn't change really much between each team now. Like everybody's the same. The beauty of this game in the beginning was that you could you could tailor your game to certain schemes, whether you wanted to be run heavy or this, that, and third. But now it's just a game of being against the speed demons. So, it just takes away from the essence of trying to play football and stuff like that. But I could agree with just using one, but like being able to stack three is crazy. Now, I would honestly say, like, in the games that I played against the guys that stacked 2 or 3, if I like my game against Mike, honestly, if I didn't stack 3 of them, I don't think I'd have been close in that game. There was just a lot of, I don't know if people can really tell, but I can tell like on plays where I wouldn't have been able to get away from guys or he would have been able to just run away from me. Like there's been a couple plays where he broke away, whatever. But if I didn't have all man, we wouldn't have caught him. Wouldn't have caught him from behind. So I mean, I know it's a hot topic. It's debatable. A lot of people like it. People think it should stay on. I know there's a lot of other people that don't like it. I'm just willing. I like to hear what other people got to say.
It might not even be a thing next, man, for all we know. Because I mean, these are changes going into the next one. It wasn't a thing at first. So I mean, who's to say that it's gonna be a thing again next Madden? So I mean, they're
Well,
probably
they
gonna
came
add it.
through
They
with this
probably gonna
Madden,
add. They
so
about to
they'll pay
say they
for it
added
again.
it. Yeah, they might. They might.
Is there any other
Yeah.
abilities you guys think would be consideration for banning? Because I think the top two and most leagues people usually ban is usually all Madden effort and then usually camp counselor. Those are usually the two.
Yeah, those are usually the two most leagues got something
But
enforced
my only thing
about
with
it.
camp counselor is like, yeah, you get that boost or getting a Mickey, but we also only have like a cap of 8 deaths. So
Yeah, you only get a cap at 8 devs, and that's kind of hard to police a little bit because some people could also use the what is it, the practitioner? I can't remember what it's called, but you could put a XP boost on your positions. Like I used to have a QB XP boost on a dart year one. It's like 7 weeks, but who's to tell? Like if you look at the weekly training, I'm using multiple camp councils, or now I'm using this boost for my quarterback. I mean, that's gonna be hard to police with the camp counselor thing.
What I think with that is you sacrifice developing for being able to combat the the abilities that your opponent is using. So that's just your way of choosing how to play the game. That's the way I see that.
Yeah, you sacrificing development for your gameplay.
yeah, we
Right.
talked about that before because like I don't know if you were on the episode, Willie, but Cheryl and I were talking about like everybody's in different situations. Like Trill and I, we're both like we know we can compete, so we usually don't use like I used it this last season going into it, but like year one, like I could care less about developmental abilities. I'm trying to compete out the gate. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the user. But I think at the end of the day, right now, all men effort is probably the only one I consider that is worthy of being banned or being
Right.
limited
And
on
then
one
also
side.
like if the lesser users were taken to take advantage of those type of things and develop their teams to be better, where they're getting edged out because like maybe players aren't is really important, I would say, in the secondary. If you're at a major disadvantage, like your receiver, your corner, the receivers are going to cook your corner. They're not going to be able to cover well playing against somebody that has really good, offensive skills passing wise. So, you got to develop. And if they do that, along with just playing an okay scheme and then somebody's not being on their game that day, like I know it's a combination of things, but they'll still have that advantage of, or not advantage to say, but that opportunity to be better versus, all man effort. It just like in a way, it seems like it just cheeses out the game a bit with making the players super fast, super wiggly, super strong. Like it's basically like taking HGH.
Yeah, making them all play the same. It's. I mean, you already said about the schemes. Like people have certain schemes they want to run, but now it's man, I just gotta get a bunch of fast, make my niggas fucking Speedy Gonzalez, and what it's not really scheme based anymore, more of what the physicals look like. Yeah, I mean it could be. I think all Madden effort can get banned. Either get banned or have a just allow it to be one instead of stacking it.
Yeah, we'll see what the league office comes up with.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, and all that. Can we or another change is and then in the final season about the quarterback, like the traded thing in the quarterback. Truth be told, I don't think there's a reason for that anymore with the trade limit.
What are you talking about?
Having two traded quarterbacks and you're on your roster in the final season, you have to get rid of one or dev it down. I don't see a
Mhm.
reason why that needs to be a thing when we have an 8 trait limit. So if a nigga want to waste 2 traits on a quarterback, I wouldn't see the point in that. When at this point in the game, at this point in the final season, I think everybody has a traded quarterback except maybe like 2 people, maybe.
Mhm.
So I would just see it as if you want to waste 2 of your 8 on just one position at quarterback when you can only have one at a time, then so be it at that point. I think I would say that's almost just a minor thing that could just be wiped from existence. Just that rule. If we should keep this 8 traits, but I think that's just one thing we don't really need anymore.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. But maybe I need to be refreshed. So it's basically when we go into the last season, and if you're carrying 2 quarterbacks with a trait, you have to immediately get rid of it because it's the last season.
Yeah, you have to either dev him down or get rid of him. That's how the rule
Mhm.
reads out.
And why did they make that rule in the first place?
Man, because niggas was hogging all the traded quarterbacks and there wasn't a trade rule at the time. So niggas was hogging all the traded quarterbacks. But that was a targeted rule. That wasn't necessarily a rule for just the betterment of the league. It was targeted, in my opinion.
But
But then to make them dev
Trill's
it
point is
down,
it's outdated now.
right? It's outdated, and right, and to dev it down, like even at point, like the person's nobody gets them anyway. So like, I don't understand why make them dev it down. But like you said, it is outdated. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I honestly think that the draft pick rule is a little outdated. I mean,
I respectfully disagree on that one. Don't have to talk about it, but I
Are we
like the draft
talking?
pick rule.
Man, nah, man. We could talk. Are you talking about the limit, like the limit of how many picks you can get? Is that what you're saying? It's outdated.
Yeah, I think the limit is since we have like trade rules now, we have stringent trade difficulty. It's harder, and then like a lot of the user trades do get shot down for various reasons. I just think that open up and then like I said, with the purpose of trying to keep things fair for everybody. I just think that there's got like I said, the guys that it was intended to try to help aren't taking advantage of it. So why have the rule? Just
I could see maybe slightly increasing it, but I don't want to see anybody with 16 draft picks. That just makes no
or
sense.
no, not 16, but I mean, or just that's what I mean, like a slight increase. Not I'm not saying like
Because it sounded like what you're saying, just take off the limit completely.
no. That's what I'm sorry. I should have just said that. Like increase the limit. I think that this should be increased a little bit. Like revisit that.
Because like if you increase the limit for like maybe picks like fourth round or less or fifth round or less, like
Man, my 6th and 7th round picks should not count towards the 8. I think that's crazy. Especially,
and like
but
I
you
mean
know,
that's a good point. And I mean like especially because we don't draft in those rounds.
yeah, man. Yeah, the fact that those count
Like if
towards the
we increase
8.
like the limit on some of those later picks, like I think I would be on board with that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just
What else?
trying to,
What else we got, guys? We've had some pretty good conversation on
man.
this
Let
segment.
me see. Man. Can we revisit this ball hawk thing in the playoffs, man? I know y'all niggas acting like y'all was against it, and like all y'all gotta adjust to it. It sounds like y'all niggas don't know how to make a pass without getting bailed out. Is what it sounded like.
Oh, I definitely know how to make a pass.
I'm fine with it. I mean, Mike's point was that it just it's a big turnaround right away. So I'd be open to maybe like week 14 and beyond it's turned on or something. I don't know. But then you
Yeah,
get into wishy washy. But it's like,
that's
well,
playoff football, man. That's kind of what happens on Sundays, man. Once you go from week 18 to wild card, man, the game elevates. Naturally, the game is different.
because like my main point when I'm saying is consistent is like maybe if it's not like a straight up moss, I just kind of hate seeing like somebody throwing a dumb out route to their tight end, but they get it because my DB didn't animate. Like they animated away from it just because the way the setting is. So I know you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
So I mean, you
And I
have
mean,
me on board,
it's
but
not.
it'd be tough to
I
convince the
mean,
rest of the
it's
league.
obviously it's not a guarantee you're gonna always make the play, even with ball hawk on. Sometimes niggas gonna get moss. But some at the same in the same breath, when niggas get moss, niggas also could get bailed out too. In the same breath. So I just think it makes it the playoffs more intense
Can,
and less margin for error for the playoff games if you had it on.
so you two haven't voted, but something interesting is like I put a poll out there in the locker room for whether it should be on or off. We've had 10 people vote so far, and 7 people have said yes, and 3 have said no.
It don't, man, that poll does not matter because Ro already said it's never gonna happen. So,
I just find it
we could
interesting,
talk. I think it is interesting. I mean, actually,
especially
I
when you
don't. I
get
think
users like
that's,
Hustler and Joe saying, "Yeah, turn it on."
but they wouldn't even take advantage of it, so they shouldn't even have voted on it.
They acting like they gonna get more picks. I actually like ball hawk being turned off because it limits all the interception numbers because the interception numbers used to be stupid. And as far as when it comes to awards, like if you get a schedule of playing D, Joe, Hustler, West Dog, uh, a majority of or Bezo, and you get a majority of those, like if 4 of those, come on, man, you guaranteed to get a DB award or whatever. Whereas everybody else don't get those benefits of playing them bums, Or let's just say, if you was in the NFC West and you get to play 4 games against Joe and D, come on, man, that's like 8 picks for a player possibly. So like, nah, I like ball hawk being off.
I mean, that's why I said I was limiting it towards the playoffs. I mean, I understand that though, because I mean, shit, Ballhawk was off and Trey was fucking feasting when he had Boogie, West Dog, and he had that old Broncos juice. I can't remember that casual. That nigga was
Casual
DBs was
swings.
that nigga Trey was feasting, nigga. He had a fucking his whole defense was fucking traded. He was feasting
Right.
so much.
Yeah, he was getting off on them boys.
Yeah, that's a good thing why we have the trade rule now. You know, like that balances it out. So even if you go crazy, you got to dev him down. You know.
I have another suggested rule.
Hmm.
They wouldn't be allowed to trade them to user teams right away, but the bottom 3 teams in each conference should be able to trade for the rookies from the CPU.
They wouldn't take advantage of it though, Raven. Sorry to say, man. They trade they first round picks away, man. I don't know what made you think they gonna trade for rookies, man. They give up their first rounders for some fucking 70 overall bum. But I hear the premise. I like the premise of it. The premise of
What was
having
the
some of
suggestion?
these. He said the top three of each, well, the bottom three. The bottom three of each conference are able to trade for rookies. The premise of it is good, but they're not going to take advantage of that. Nah, because I mean, I don't like having all these generational talent on the CPU, like Ryan Williams and Jeremiah. Caleb was on there for a while. Like all these high profile players on the CPU just wasting away. I don't like that. I do think there should be figure out some type of way to kind of get more of these generational talents on this user team. They don't got to be playoff team. They could be on the lower end, but I
Right.
just have a
That's the reason why I brought it
hard
up, is because we
time.
had the conversation, you and I, before. So,
Oh yeah, because well, that's another thing I said about changing the trade difficulty just for the stage one. But
Well, no, I think you should then just allow 9 playoff teams to be able to trade for rookies then.
no, that I don't agree with because niggas could circumvent that. Some people, if maybe they had a down year, or they're like, you know what, nah, I'm gonna just not make the playoffs so I can get all the fucking rookies coming out this draft. When they don't, I don't agree with that. I think it
You
do
want
need
you
to be the
want
bottom half. If you want to tank that bad to the bottom half of the league to get the rookies, man, be my guest. But you can't just not make the playoffs and then get a shot at that.
so then who will get the opportunity to go after these guys?
Well, Ravens just said the bottom three of each conference.
Just
So
just
six
the bottom 3.
to
Just
get the
so 6
rookies.
guys. Okay.
I mean, I don't think non-playoff teams should be able. That's too many users that would be able to do that.
Okay, that's okay. That's a good point. It's the bottom 6. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because
because
I
then you
mean,
wouldn't have
Okay.
anybody taking
Yeah.
just solely so they could trade for rookies.
yeah, hey, but
Right. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you want to tank to the bottom three now, hey, be my guest, man. You got to take that L on the point system, though. That's a hard comeback, but you know, if that's how you want to do it, you can do it, man.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't think Willie was here when we had that convo about the what? No, he was here because I said that the top 10. I said the top 10 off season stage one. They should be able to trade for rookies and then change the trade difficulty from very hard to hard to allow those bottom 10 teams that the rosters aren't necessarily stacked with talent to just be able to trade away. They just give them the opportunity to be able to get those players without giving up so much. They don't have to give
Mhm.
up all their first round picks just to get some talent from the CPU. You know, they have a little bit more wiggle room. And then stage two,
Yeah,
that's when
but
you put it back to very hard. But the only issue with that is the non-playoff teams in stage one that aren't top 10, they're not going to be able to trade at all if the difficulties on hard. That's kind of the only issue with
right.
that.
Right. I mean, you shouldn't trade. You shouldn't change the trade difficulty at all. They still got to pay what they got to pay to get them. They just getting the opportunity to that nobody else can. That's a benefit. They
Yeah.
don't need. They don't need no more than that. They're going to trade, and then they trade them first round picks. They super overpay anyway with the trade difficulty on. Like they give away the greatest goods ever for nothing. Nah, man. Nah, it'd be all right. I think that bottom six is a great idea. 3 from each conference. Bottom six, go for it. Do what y'all do. Try to get better. And if they don't, they don't. But like you said, they won't be rotting away on the CPU.
Yeah, man, you can have some of these generational players that could really change. I mean, some of these players could fucking change some of these users' lives now, man. They just wasting
Absolutely.
away.
Right. Not well, we also got examples of having generational talent and not being able.
I mean, that is true, man. That's true. But you also gotta say you gotta have the opportunity. Man, you gotta at least let them have the opportunity to fuck it up, compared to
Right.
just fucking having the CPU wasted away.
You're right. Because my man Nick Harbor is looking like a POV right now. I mean a POW, a POV,
Yeah, PO, he looking like a point of view. He looking like a point of view.
That was crazy. That was
He
crazy.
looking like a
That was
point of
crazy.
view right now, man. Shit.
That was wild. Scratch that from the record.
Man, but I hear what you're saying though, man. Nick Harbor would, man, if he was a giant, man, oh my God, nigga. Man, I'd be feasting if I had Nick Harbor right now.
No, it's got to be somebody else's turn.
I hear, man. See, I got that. See, I didn't even get the elite Nick Harbor, man. I got the Timu. I had the Timu Nick Harbor, man. I didn't get a chance to get the elite Nick Harbor like Hustler did.
Yeah. But any other ideas?
Uh,
The only other thing I'd say, and it's not necessarily rules related, like when it happens, it's usually like pretty evident. But I do feel like, and I've benefited from this too. But I feel like that since we're on comp, defensive pass interference is really not so much a thing. So maybe bumping up that slider a little bit more, so that way there's just a higher
Ooh.
chance of like obvious DPIs being called. Maybe I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
No, I definitely agree.
man.
Penalty. That's the one thing about comp mode is that you don't get the penalties called. I do kind of miss that from the game because it is realistic for guys to get holding penalties or the DPI. So I am definitely interested to have that conversation, man.
Yeah, but that could turn into quick bailouts though, man. You just throw it up. No, I know if he fucking breathes on him, it's a fucking PI. That
Nah,
could
but
turn
I
into a
mean, you
bailout
still
But
gotta.
that's
situation.
part
But
of real life too. I mean,
there's
sometimes people
plenty
will
of
be like,
times the
throw it
guys are
up.
getting ran
No,
into and nothing's getting called.
I guarantee you,
see,
there's been. I
man.
know Flacco did it a lot when he was in Ravens, but I can tell you what, there's been probably times Joe Burrow's like, if I throw out the T Higgins, I'm probably gonna get the pass
But
interference.
if
And all,
you give a nigga
he
an
watches
inch,
forward.
he's gonna take that bitch a mile if you give him an inch because then niggas are gonna be incentivized to just throw bombs all game.
That's why I'm saying just bump it up like a hair. And just see, like we could test it.
Yeah,
Not bump
test
it up
that
a
out.
lot, but maybe just like five points or whatever.
Yeah, something's got to give. I think that needs to happen with holding penalties.
Well,
Holding penalties.
you can't do nothing with holding. If you have it on comp, you don't get holding. It don't matter how much you do with the sliders. If you put it on comp, that's something you can't change.
Damn, something's
Nah,
got to
man.
give.
Nah, man. Don't get bailed out now, man. It's like, oh shit, I got a hold, and thank God, he just got a touchdown on me, but I got a hold, man. Let's go, like, man. Nah, man, take that
It's real.
touchdown, man.
It's realistic.
I understand.
Nah, you scared of that 1st and 20.
You damn right I'm scared of that. After I just fucking after I just had a fucking 20-yard gain, now it's 1st and 20, man. Yeah, you right, I'm scared.
But that'll also cut down scoring probably, like the getting their backs blown out. You know what I mean? Like,
But
you
you
know, we shouldn't be having these 70-point bombs, 80-point bombs, 90-point bombs being dropped like this. Like for week one, it was like I ain't know who trying to go for the top score. I mean, I definitely was trying to top 77 once I seen that was put out there.
shit, everybody was having 77, man. It was like a lucky number.
Yeah, you know, but no, I honestly believe that we would have like better games if if holding penalties or DPIs were on. Like, if they were just actually called.
It sound like you want to
That
go back
helps.
this. Sound like you
That
want to go
helps.
back to sin, man.
Nah, not so. I mean, nah, not really. But if that's what it costs for us to have penalties called, then I mean, it is what it is.
Man, yeah, man, you keep that shit, nigga. We gotta keep that bitch on comp. Finally
I'm
got
just
it on
saying.
comp. We gotta keep that bitch on comp now,
I'm
man.
just saying. Let's just say, throughout of a game with having penalties on, and let's just say somebody like Joe is playing you, and the game is going in a way where it ends up being a one possession game late. And you driving to go close out, you up 7. So 3 minutes left, you driving to go score, but you get a holding penalty. It helps kill the drive for you. You got a punt now. Normally, Joe wouldn't get that opportunity, but because the game is realistic and one of your motherfuckers held, you know what I'm saying? Because he's tired, because we got wear and tear. Come on now. We get the flag now. Now Joe in the mix, it goes ties it up. He don't get that opportunity now
I'm
with the shit as our arcade mode when it comes to penalties.
I'm just saying this is being said because we've been what 2 Maddens of comp, man. Niggas don't remember what Sim really was like. Like I don't think you really
70-yard
remember
pick
what
six
Sim.
called back.
Like I don't really think you remember how Sim was, man. That's what I'm thinking going on
But
here,
take me back. Take me back.
I don't want all penalties.
man.
I just feel like that maybe DPI can maybe be increased a little bit because I do see a lot of bumping, and
Cause I
I'm
hear.
guilty of that myself.
I mean, yes, it is realistic. It's more Sim is more realistic when it comes to penalties and the way the overall is based off your team overall, and then it's also based off of the penalties, holdings, blocking the backs, whatever of the sort. But like from a competitive standpoint, like I guess for the topper end, I can't speak for Mike, but for me, I would rather the game be decided based on how the user skill. That was always my issue with Sim. It's like, man, if I make a play, that shit could just get taken back or some shit I can't control. It's like it's not really showing who the better user is that day. It's just off who's getting lucky, who's getting more lucky, and who has the better overall roster.
Hmm.
That was the whole issue with the sim versus comp thing. It wasn't really showcasing who the better user was that day. Like, man, niggas shouldn't be getting away with some gimmicks to try to beat somebody, man. If the better user won that day. If Joe is on one, shit, I mean anybody can get fucking beat. If you on one, you on one, man. Anybody get beat. You just can't get bailed out trying to beat somebody.
No, I definitely remember. Now, yeah, definitely remember the crazy animations and stuff like that because the game deciding it. Yeah, you're right. Shit used to be out of pocket.
Yeah, man. It's just I guess since you haven't seen Sim in so long, man, you don't recall, you don't remember the shit that was going on, man. You used to comp, man. You're like, oh, comp, man. Maybe Sim ain't that bad. You've been on comp, like, nah, nigga, that Sim bullshit out of here. Cause I tell you, I wouldn't have picked the Saints if we would have stayed on Sim. That wouldn't have made any sense at all.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for sure.
That would have made zero sense picking the Saints on Sim. That would have been a death sentence.
I hear that.
What was your guys' thoughts when I said earlier that maybe force the top two users to be in the same conference? I know it kind of screws some of the other people that would be in that conference, but I think it's an interesting idea at least.
But we know one half of that is gonna duck it anyway. So
I mean, I'm
Not
saying
if
like,
it's
what
a
if it was
thing.
forced?
He'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna send my retirement papers. He said it's been fun.
He's gonna
Dang,
pull
they
a
get that
hoodie.
you that bad?
Yeah, he gonna pull the retirement papers out. Like, it's
And
been a
then
good
join
one.
G.
Yeah, he said it's been a good one, guys. But there's no way I'm doing that.
That's
But
crazy.
but at the same, I mean, that's not the worst idea. But I also remember what that. It's gonna be a little different if we do the alternating conferences. But I do remember what that NFC was looking like, man. What, man, 23? Like I was there, man. I remember that. I remember fucking Hoodie making the Super Bowl. I remember fucking Lil Randy Moss making conference championships. I remember that. I remember fucking G making back-to-back bowls. I was there for that. Like I just remember when me and Mike was in the same conference, what ended up happening.
But what's so bad about that?
Man, I I guess for me and Mike necessarily, that's not necessarily bad for me and Mike. But it just it taints the bowl for me. It kind of taints it just a little bit, knowing it could have been me versus Mike through it all compared to me versus G or me. Well, I mean, Mike played Hoodie. I should have beat Mike that fucking year anyways, but I just think it taints it a little bit. You're not getting your best Super Bowl. You getting the fucking you getting the DEI Super Bowl. You getting the mandated, oh, here's the nigga that didn't deserve to be here award. And now you about to get your ass worked. But at the same time, I mean, maybe it's the league is completely different than when it was in Madden 23. I say it's completely different. So it might also give people the opportunity, like maybe the no ski or shitty man,
That was
shitty.
my idea.
I'm not gonna say shit about shitty man. Fuck shitty,
But it
but
gives other people opportunity to make the Super Bowl. But I get the argument that you can true in one conference, the two the top two are both in the same conference, so it's tough.
yeah.
So now, hold up. So you saying basically, let's just say, with even with things are the way they are, if you don't play Mike in the bowl,
No,
it's not the same.
that's not what I
I'm
that's
asking. I'm
not
asking. I'm asking.
no. I'm saying in though in that Madden in particular. In my
Okay.
opinion, yes, man. That Madden playing, I guess Calvin wasn't bad. Year one, I played Calvin. That was before the reset. That
Hmm.
was, I think it was like 16-6. I think I beat him by 10. It was like a defensive game. That game wasn't bad. It was a competitive defensive game. And then I played G back to back and I fucking belt the ass, nigga. 66-7 type belt the ass. Like that nigga didn't deserve to be in the Super Bowl, but because of how weak that NFC was, he just happened to be the one that got
But
fucking belted.
But I think a difference between that and what would happen with this is you would still have higher competitive users in the other conference. Because then, we have basically the top six all in the AFC at that Madden, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
you'd
because
still have some
it
of the good
wasn't
users there.
alternating. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like it's different. The league is it's different now from back then because it didn't have the alternating conferences. And I think the talent pool, I think we have more of a talent pool now than we did back then. So yeah, somebody, no ski, trying to think, hey, maybe Tony C might actually win a playoff game or something. I don't know, man. He might sneak him a playoff win. Maybe maybe your brother Jeff might pull something out the hat again. Then you got
What would you
maybe the
say your
other.
thoughts were, Willie? Did you like it or did you not like it?
I think it's a good idea. I think it's interesting. It'll bring opportunity, like you said, to other users, possibly. Um, you know, so why not try for a trial run?
Yeah, it's not the worst idea, man. Because it's a different league atmosphere, different league than what it was back then. Shit, man. Maybe Car could beat the fraud allegations, man. With a conference to him, with a conference to himself or something. I don't know, man.
I mean, why doesn't it even matter? I think we should be for all kinds of changes because Honestly, to me, it seems like the attitude around the league is just it's okay that it's going to be Mike versus Trill in the Super Bowl, and that making it to a conference trip is just a badge of honor that anybody can wear and say that they did something. But they just know that they're not going to beat y'all. I don't. I just seem like that mindset is spreading through a lot of people, and I don't like it.
Shit, I don't like it either, man. It's been a thing for a while now. Kind of that mindset. 'Cause I mean, yeah, me and Mike was in the same conference, but me and Mike were the only ones that made the bowl that year out the AFC. And then when he went Eagles, I went Dolphins. It was just me and him. And then your brother made it one year that Madden. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of just been me versus Mike, and niggas like, oh, that's just the mandate. I mean, anybody could get beat, man. Even though Raven got some fluke shit off, he did beat me. He was up 17.
Right.
So I mean, it's possible anybody get beat at any time. Again, I mean, CJ had a point about the momentum kind of shifting when that touchdown happened against Mike. Like, I'm not saying CJ would have won. I don't think CJ was going to win that game, but that did shift the momentum a lot. Going from a pick, getting the touchback. I don't remember. I think he was. I don't remember the score. I think it was tied at that point, either tied or Mike was up 7. But that's from a 14-point game to now we 7 points and I got the ball back. I mean, it's just niggas get beat at any point in time. So when niggas like Rock fucking every fucking time we get to the playoffs, Rock like, man, y'all just sim this shit to Triller versus Mike. He do it every time. It's just like, damn. I mean, but at the same time, with all due respect, man, Rock, I don't think a lot of niggas care about Rock opinion about who the best users are. But I do think some niggas have that mindset. Oh, it's just Trill versus Mike. Every trip. And it's really not even like that for real, man.
But I mean, it's even the most good users, man.
I don't know. That's tough. That's tough to say. Cause I mean, as much shit as I talk to like Car, I know Car wants to win. He's gonna try. He might not do it, but he gonna try. He not gonna necessarily shy away from it. He just gonna fucking fold. I mean, that's just a different conversation. Again, Cardinals, Jeff. I don't necessarily think he's like, oh man, it's just gonna be Mike and Trill. I think me and Jeff's game, because it was a Blizzard game, we really didn't get to see the full potential between what that could have been, just because it was a Blizzard.
Uh-huh.
Like, damn, I should be able to know man, the forecast doesn't just change on a dime, man. I could have knew I would have made a whole
That's something
different
I wish
adjustment
they
to
would add in
my,
Madden.
like, I could let me change my coaching abilities around if I knew it was gonna be a Blizzard.
Even if you know, like, man, there's only a 60% chance of rain. Like, it gives you something to think about.
Yeah, just give me some heads up. That's all I need. It don't even gotta happen. Just give me a heads up, please. That's all I ask for, so I can adjust accordingly.
All right. So I would like for us to wrap things up in the next few minutes because I am about ready to play Todd here in a few minutes. You guys have any final thoughts? Final ideas?
Man, niggas need to get in their bag, man. That's my final thoughts, man. Niggas need to get in their bag.
Yeah, I just think let's just let's keep the competition level up. Let's have a great final season. You know what I mean? Let's keep the trash level, trash talk level, let's keep that up too. Guys be trying to act like they don't care, stuff like that, but no, they should care. This is, we talk about bragging rights here, and if you ain't about that, then get the fuck up out the way.
So the weather tank Car said, I heard there's going to be dynamic weather for NCAA 27. Could be the same for next man, which would be cool. And like, probably wouldn't be man 27 because usually man's 1 year behind, but maybe we could see that in the future. Basically, what that would be is like, could be like an overcast that turns into rain late in the game, something that sorts, or like light snow gets heavier during the game. It's things of that sort. So the weather could change. But I think regardless, like we said, it would be nice to have like a weather forecast.
Yeah, I would still need a heads up, man. That's cool and all that the weather changes, but I still need a heads up on that though.
Hmm. But yeah, like Willie said, let's all lock in for this final season. Should be a good one. Lots of points up for grabs. Could be a lot of swings. Especially at that upper, 75th, 75 percentile. A lot can happen.
Absolutely, man. A whole lot of shit can happen.
Well, hope everyone has a blessed night, and get ready for the work week starting tomorrow, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody have a good work week, man. NFC versus AFC though, man. We know who's taking that home, but everybody have a good one, man.
See y'all later.
Yeah, man. Shit not funny, man. What you laughing for, man? Shit not sweet.
Cause man, AFC over NFC all
Thank you for
day.
listening to the
It's not even a
RoShow League
conversation
Podcast
for real.
Network.
And said it's not